All right, so welcome to episode 27, Off the Rails. I'd like to thank Claire for bringing us in.
Let's go, Claire.
Tonight we have a guest from the Brew Party podcast, Andy
Yeah.
Hopper. He's running a little behind, but he will hopper in.
You got real, I don't know what accent that was, but you said happo?
I don't know why I was leaning back and I started to notice that I might have been far away from the microphone, so I don't know why that made me change my inflection.
Yeah, I don't know. You sounded fine, other than like you just like went into
Andy
this
Hopper.
Like, yeah, Andy Happer. What is that? What kind of accent is that? Happer.
Is it one? I'm sure it is one. It's
got to be. I would think.
Well, anyway, Eastern, like northeastern, maybe a little bit.
Kinda.
Or not Pittsburgh.
No, it'd be like I don't know.
A little Boston-y? I don't know.
Maybe.
Did I say Happa?
You said Happa?
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 I don't know.
Happa? Dude, it's so funny. Like, accents are weird when you think about them. Because, like, we're just going to get off track right off the start. Accents are weird because if you have an accent, you think that's how people should talk.
Right.
So, it's weird that, like, people don't... Like, people sometimes will be like, oh, your accent, where are you from? To me, and I'm like, I have a plain, normal cadence, I think, for the most part.
That's what... I've had that happen before, too, and I'm like, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
We were discussing it at work the other day, how this part of the country, like, that I'm in, aside from, like, you get some of the Chicago people that have, like, that Chicago thing.
Chicago.
But, overall, like, a lot of the national newscasters come from Chicago, like the Chicago area.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And I did not know that.
That could be a fake stat that I heard at work. So, like, it's
you're just making shit up.
But I know, like, Lester Holt is from Chicago.
Lester Holt?
Yeah.
Lester Holt's the one he hosts the one that where, like, people get killed, right?
Is that Dateline?
Yeah.
I think so. I think he is now.
Yeah. I'm Lester Holt. Again, I didn't realize till I was... By the way, I binged Rich Eisen's podcast. Just getting started. It's good. I like it. I listened to, like, all the episodes. Yeah, they were all really interesting. He's a good interview. I didn't realize though he was doing one with a guy who's on Shark Tank who created Fubu. That I didn't realize Rich Eisen was from New York.
Really? I
don't know why I'd never put that together, but
I knew he was on SportsCenter for a long time.
Yeah, he was awesome on SportsCenter. So I'm trying to. If you're watching, the reason why I keep looking down is before we went live, we were talking about some White Sox guy, and I just totally spaced his name.
Dylan Cease.
Dylan Cease. It started his career 3 for 3, and then that got me thinking, how many hits in a row to start your career is the record? And I didn't find it, but I just keep finding like random ones, like most consecutive hits is 12.
That's quite a few.
As a record. So it wouldn't be more than 12 for a rookie to start their career.
Essentially 3 straight games getting a hit every at bat.
Yeah, actually there's only one person to have 12, and it was a guy from Detroit who had 3 hits, 4 hits, and 5 hits in a game.
Fernando Vina.
No. Oh, and one of them was
for the Tigers?
I think he did for a little bit. He's also the dude that got blown up by Albert Bell, right?
Yeah.
That's what I always think. No, it was Walt Drapo.
Not know. I know who Walt Weiss is.
Yeah, I know who Walt Weiss is too. I remember Bip Roberts having 10 because I had a baseball card and that was the stat that was on the back.
I learned a lot from the back of baseball cards.
Dude, so much from the back of baseball cards. Ironically enough, so bring up back Rich Eisen again. On the Bill Burr episode, Bill Burr was actually talking about how like he tried to get back into cards like when he was like in 2002 or something like that because he like really liked cards growing up. But then he went and there was like a bunch of grown men like throwing away the good ones, and that's when they screwed up the card industry by making stuff super rare and all that. And then mass producing other stuff that people threw away. And he was like, everyone knows the stars. He's like, I liked the non-stars, and then like you'd read all the stuff on the back. So he's like, all like the shit about them.
Yeah, card collecting's back. Like big thing. You can never find them in stores. Like if I see a pack in a store, I typically will buy it now. Dude,
my wife just said so my son's birthday is coming up, and she was like, so we play this game. Actually, I can pull it up. I think I might still have it on here. We play this game on my phone. It's not a game. It's like, but it's like basically like digital, like card collecting, right?
Oh, it's for Top Shot. I believe that's called a non-fungible token.
The Top Shots, yes. No, this is more like just a thing. I had a baseball one. I must have took that one off. This one's called Marvel Collect, but it's made by Topps.
Okay.
And then you get like coins and stuff, and then you can trade on there, and like it keeps your collections on here. So like I have a mystery box, so I can just hit it, and then it'll like the mystery box will happen. Maybe. No, I gotta claim it here. Sorry. Or this app.
Reveal.
Just a big reveal. Oh no, I'm not really okay. I don't enjoy the last update because it just locked this thing up. Well, anyway, it's a card collecting thing. It's pretty interesting. It's like you get cards and stuff. So like, okay, like here's the wheel. There's like, and then you got wheels, and you can like spin it, and you get like free stuff. You can hear like the, and then I got a card, but it's being mad slow.
Is it a Marvel card? Is that what it's
Yeah, they're all Marvel ones. I don't know why it's not coming up right now. It's just being stupid, but it's pretty fun. Like my son loves Marvel, so but like there's a baseball one, there's a hockey one. You can get autographs and stuff like in the thing, but they're not actual autographs, so like it's very strange. But yeah, like card collecting is back in a huge way. Like so my son likes that, so my wife was like, you should see if you can find him some Marvel cards in the stores, and I was like, you can't find cards anywhere. Like
Target, for some reason, Target usually has these Topps cards. I think I still have some over here. They always have them in stock, so they're probably not like super great. But I got them for my nephews for Christmas, but we forgot them when we saw them for Christmas.
Yeah, heck yeah. I enjoy it. I enjoy the card collecting. I think in my out in my kitchen, I think up in like the cabinet, I have a box of cards that I got. It was like a 10-pack thing at like Target or something like that, and I got a Joey Votto jersey card from, and it was, so I was like, that's kind of cool.
I did not see where they went, but I got my first like autograph card that I pulled when I was like, I don't know, 6 months ago.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember who it was. It was somebody from
first one. Your first one ever?
Yeah, I never had any like autograph cards or anything when I was a kid.
That's wild. I grew up with card collecting. So like my dad collects like rookie cards and stuff. So like my dad has like Hank Aaron's rookie card. He has like Roberto Clemente's rookie card. He has like Al Kaline rookie. That's what my dad collects. But my dad was like went through this phase where he would just spend a shit ton of money. So there was this box of cards that cost. So it came like 6 per case. So I used to work at a sports merchandising store. So like we would get like actual cards. So six boxes of cards came in a case, and these are like these are the hobby boxes, so they have more packs than like the retail ones, and each box was $500. So that was $3,000 worth of things. My dad bought it, just bought the whole thing, ripped through it. He got some crazy shit though, but like it was like highly like your odds of getting like something cool was like way raised or whatever. My dad pulled, it was called it's like something like, I want to say it's called like Cloud 9 or Starting 9 or something stupid like that, like some kind of kitchen name.
Right.
It had 9 jerseys on it.
Wow.
So, and like it was like Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, like it was like every Barry Bonds, Alex Rodriguez. It was like wow. Right. The card was worth like $5,000 or some shit like that. Like, and there was only like 9 of them made or some shit like that. So yeah, it was wild. I don't know if he still has it or not, but like my dad has like a shit ton of like stuff like that. He's been a big card collector our entire life. We would used to make deals and shit, because we'd collect our own stuff too, and then we'd trade between my brother, me, my dad, all that kind of stuff.
Did your brother ever get any artwork on a baseball card?
Artwork on a baseball card.
You know, did he? You said he did some work for Marvel. Did he get to do anything for like tops or
he-
anything?
He did. He actually did. That's why I was confused. I was like trying to figure out if you were like asking if he got like any art. I don't know why I thought that, but no, yeah, he actually did. He actually did the case toppers, or you could get them in boxes too, but they were like super rare. You mostly got them in the top of the case, hand drawn for I believe it was Spider-Man 2. So they Tops would send him like blank cards, and he would sign. He would like create art on them,
That's cool.
and then send them back in. They'd get certified, sealed, and all that kind of shit.
You should have your brother on at some point. He sounds fairly interesting.
We should probably have my brother on. Hold on, I'll check this out. Let's see if I can get him fakely on here real quick. This
What's
is
his name?
Jonathan Gordon. He's under Jonathan D. Gordon, and let's see if I can get him. This is I'm a terrible brother because I don't have him as like a recent contact for some reason, because I usually just text him anymore. This is how lazy we are as brothers. Actually, I legit. Oh, you know why? It's because he has like 6 different numbers.
Burner phone.
No. Yeah, probably. No, just kidding. Actually, the last thing he like texted me about was some wrestling shit. Let's see if I can call him. I think I'm calling him on Facebook, by the way. Hilarious. Let's see if I can get him. This is riveting podcasting. My brother also has a great podcast. It's called The Dream Team. It's oh.
Hey, dude.
Hey, you're on my podcast, just so you know.
Cool.
So, oh, yeah, I don't think... Hold on. Can you hear... I don't know where... Can talk, Jems.
Hi, John.
Can you hear Jems? Through my earbud?
Hey.
Hey, he said hey. So we were just talking... We were talking about... and Jems can hear you. You can't hear Jems, but so I'll relay anything Jems says. But we were talking about baseball cards, and he was like asking if you ever. I was talking about how we collected baseball cards, and then he asked if you had ever done art on a baseball card. And then because I had mentioned you would work for Topps and Marvel and stuff.
Yes.
Was it Spider-Man 2 that you did the toppers for?
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3. So. Pretty.
Is it tough being the talented brother?
Jems asked if it was tough being the talented brother.
You can draw just as well as I can.
No, I can't.
Well, you could.
He's drunk. No, my brother's amazing. He's an amazing artist. Anyway, Jems said we should have you on the show, and I was like, I'll just call him right now. But I'm calling you to get on record. Will you come on our show in the next couple episodes?
Definitely.
All right, sweet. What's your favorite crazy childhood like thing that most people don't do that we did? Because Jems is constantly like, what are you doing and why are you skipping over that part? That seems really interesting. Like, what's one random thing that we're like we probably did that most people didn't do?
The amount of times that our parents let us stay up till like 4 o'clock in the morning playing video games, but that's actually not that crazy.
Not anymore.
What's really crazy was we had a whole basketball league in our basement.
Yeah, we had a whole basketball league in our basement.
Yeah, Nerf hoops taped to each side of the basement. Like,
legit.
Packing tape measured out to where we had 3-point lines, free throw lines, half court. And we played like a whole basketball league, like pretending we were passing the ball to another player.
Yeah. And we kept stats for probably like 20 seasons worth.
Was it just you two in the league?
Yep.
Yeah. We kept all the stats.
But we were other people.
And we had a trophy.
Who did you win, or did your brother win?
Yeah. We both.
I gotta let you go because my wife will kill me.
All right. I don't want your wife to kill you because then you can't come on a podcast. But we'll see you on the podcast soon. Later. That's what happens when you just randomly call people.
Well, he's in East, right?
Oh yeah, it's 10. It's 10 there. Yeah, he's up. He's up. This is when he's doing his work.
So, how much old is he? He's older than you, right?
Yeah, he's 2 years 9 months older than me.
Okay, that's not so bad. So he's like fair if you guys fought.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm bigger than him too. Like,
Okay.
I mean, we're the same height. We're the same height, but he's thinner, and I have I have a lot more build on him.
My brother is 7.5 years older than me. It wasn't a fair fight until I was an adult.
Nice. How many times did you fist fight your brother?
Like as a kid, I wouldn't call it a fist fight because it was just him punching me because I was 7 years younger than him, and I mean, I would try to punch back. The most recent one would have probably been in like 2016, maybe
2016. So you were
15 or 16, 25, 26 years old.
25. He was what, 32?
No,
You said
he'd
6
have
or
been
7.
35 then.
Okay, so you would have been
No, you're probably right. He was
then.
born in
Yeah.
What year were you born?
May 28th. No,
No,
not
what year?
May 11th, 1983.
Okay, he was 82. So he's whatever you were in 2015 or 16. He was a year older.
Shit. 2016.
You were
2015.
32, so he was
Yeah, 33.
yeah.
And you
He's
were 20.
like
And you were 25.
26,
Yeah.
something like that.
I'm
I just when you said 33, it just sounded weird because I'm 31 right now. So and I just felt like I've always felt like he's so much older than me.
He is older than you because he's like
He is, but like
he's almost
the
40.
Right, but the ages he was at just seemed like they were forever away.
Dude, have you ever worn a hat? This is totally off track too. Have you ever worn a hat all day and then like your hair just won't go in any direction?
I've worn a hat all day today.
I have too, and it's just like my hair is like stuck. It's like either up or like if I try to put it down, it just will not do anything.
I sent that picture I sent with the shirt on earlier.
Yeah.
My hat all day I was just going like this with my hair to keep it out of my hard hat or out of my hat.
Yeah.
And my buddy's like, "Did you do your hair before you sent this picture?" Because one of the ones that bought it. I was like, "No, that's just how my hat was laying, or my hair was laying."
By the way, those shirts look dope.
Yeah, So my buddy Nolan, who I'm going to the Sox game. We're going to Sox game on Tuesday together.
Yeah.
Got it. Loves it.
Boots loved it.
Brad accidentally ordered the wrong color.
What color did you get? What color did you get? Tell me.
He
You
wanted
got
that charcoal gray, and he got the light gray. But he said it's fine. He said the black looked more crisp.
Yeah, that makes sense. Go because the logo is like almost like a silvery.
Yeah, he said the light gray almost looked a smidge on the cheap side, but that was he said it wasn't terrible.
I could see it. It's probably because they probably use like a heather gray on the light gray.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
And then that's usually like a lighter. Those are the shirts I like. I like a almost worn in shirt.
That charcoal gray shirt looks pretty nice though. I won't probably get one of those.
Dude, they look sweet. I know we're gonna come up. I was talking to Trashman Ronnie today about some new designs too. So I think we're gonna come out with some ion ones, and then I'm gonna.
I liked that one that he had, but when Tanner sent the picture, I did think it looked like it said lotion, and then he said when he went out to the bar, people were asking if it was a jerk off shirt.
but Trashman just released. Did you see the space one that he just put out?
The what one?
He just put a space one out.
I did not.
He put it in our group chat. Check it out. And he just like 2 hours ago. He took the connection off, so it's like each letter is its own letter. So it's a really cool shirt. It's like kind of like an astronaut.
Oh, like NASA. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. I realized when looking at the shirts that Trackman designed that we could have put something on the back of.
Yeah.
Shirt. We should. I didn't think about it. We should probably add at off the rails _pod or something, just small up on top or something.
I mean, I think for the off the rail shirts that we're gonna put out, those are gonna be. I think I want to do something like over the chest piece, like a small piece thing, and then do something on the back maybe. Backs are tough though, like because like you have to like the front. Most everybody is a pretty similar front,
right?
Like even if you're like if you're a dude and you got some like man boobs or you don't have man boobs, like it pretty much lays fairly similar. At the back, if you have a wide back or a small back, like
right. I was just kind of thinking just below the neckline, just something small.
Oh, like something small, like makes sense.
Just where it's readable, but like
what would be dope is if you could print them on the inside of the collar, like with like a scan sheet, and like people could scan it.
Big QR code on the back.
QR code. On the back. They actually make those. They make bracelets that have QR codes.
Yeah.
people can tap them with their phone, and it takes them straight to your podcast and stuff.
Nice. If anybody asks at the game about the shirt, I will probably send them to our Twitter. I think that's probably the best. Because it's not like I'm like, well, give me your phone number.
Yeah. Give me your phone number. No. By the way, Andy said he is getting close, so he should be here soon. But
is he from Milwaukee or something?
Huh?
Is he from Milwaukee or something?
I think he's a Bears fan. So I think he might be in Chicago. I think he's a Cubs fan too, by the way. So
I thought he would be a Milwaukee fan if his podcast is in Brew City.
It's the Brew Party.
Brew Party?
Yeah, but I think
did I hear that in introductions or did I
no? You got it right. You got it right in the intro. I think he's in Chicago. I want to say he's in Chicago. I was trying to find him just now to see because I didn't check and I probably should have. But yeah, he's a fun. He should be fun to talk to. Yeah, dude, there's some crazy stuff though. I think the shirt design thing is really cool. It opens up an endless amount of possibilities, which is super fun. And then also just stuff. It's fun to have your own merch because
right.
So
they do hats on that website.
I think they do.
See, my problem with hats is though, if it doesn't fit right, I will not wear it.
I'm the same way, dude.
So
we did them for the fantasy one we did. We actually got hats made, and I was like, dude, I will pay like $50 for a hat. Like, I don't care. Like, because I know I'll wear it all the time. Like, and other people were like, I'm not paying $50 for a hat. And then everyone voted for the cheap ones. And I was like, and they still weren't even that cheap. They were like $25. But I was like, come on, guys. We should have upgraded.
I feel like it's always weird to me, and I don't know why. Probably just because my dad always wore a hat. My father-in-law wears a hat. Grandpa usually had a hat on. My brother wears a hat most of the time. When I see guys that just don't wear hats, it's like, what's wrong with you? What's going on?
It's legit. I'm with you on that because I think that is an actual legit thing. I think you're either a hat person or you're not a hat person. Like, I currently on my desk at any given moment have 4 hats. Like, I mean, because I just always need a hat. Like,
I have a shitload of hats, but I wear probably 2 to 3 frequently.
Yeah,
and then. Like, I have a White Sox hat, but it doesn't fit quite right, but it fits well enough where I'll wear that to the game, but I won't wear it around all the time. It's fine backwards, so I'll probably do that for the game, actually.
I'm like a fat kid, like, when it comes to hats. Like, are you like that? Like in my closet, I have medium shirts, I have large shirts, and I have extra large shirts. Depending on where I'm at in life, I'm wearing a certain set of shirts. My hats are the same way, but it's whether or not I have just gotten a haircut or if I've letting it grow a little bit. That's why I've gone to snapbacks mostly, because I can adjust them. Fitted hats get too tight.
Yeah, I don't know the last time I had a fitted hat. I have a fitted sock hat, but
I have one on my desk, but I'm just like, I don't wear it often. It's is this my spring training one? This is my spring training Cubs hat. But it's like right now it's like too tight because I haven't got a haircut. So I bought it, and this is a 7 3/8. Usually I would get like a 7.5, but I like this hat, and it was like it fits. But like if I wore it like for like 8 hours straight, I would start like I'd be like, okay, I need to take this thing off.
I think 7 3/8 is what I usually wear. I bought a 7.5. I remember when I first got into wearing fitted hats, probably my freshman year of college or something.
Yeah. Well, that was when they were hot, though. Do you remember your first fitted hat?
It was a White Sox hat. The White Sox 5950, just like the standard.
Nice. I don't think they were 5950 when I started buying hats, to be honest with you. They were my first fitted hat I know for sure was a UNLV Running Rebels hat. Okay.
I'm thinking like new era fitted hats.
Oh no, just in general.
I remember having a North Carolina fitted hat when I was a kid because I liked the colors. It was black with the baby blue.
By the way, did you just hear my wife?
I didn't hear what she said though.
She's watching the Cubs game, so the Cubs must have either just done something stupid or done something good.
They won earlier today for the first game. But it had like the footprint on the back was the logo.
That's a cool logo.
Yeah. I don't know what the Cubs might have just done. It's in the top of the 7th and they're up 1-0.
Yeah, I don't know. She's probably yelling at. My wife gets real like brutal when it comes to like sports. if it's Cubs or the Colts, like she'll be like if it's football and somebody gets hit and they like lay her on the ground, she's like, "Stop being a pussy. Was your vagina hurt?" Like she'll like Jesus Christ, like calm down.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's like she gets aggressive with it. But it's cool because she loves sports. So it's like I'm like she's a big Colts fan. She's a huge Cubs. She's in a weird way she's more of a baseball fan, so she can tell you more about like baseball players, other teams. Whereas on football, like she knows like the main players, like so she'll know like Patrick Mahomes and all that shit.
Right.
But she doesn't know the depth of like. So it's kind of weird to me. I'm like, how do you know your team so well? Like she knows like the backup ball boy. Like that's how well she knows the roster for the Colts. But she like
young Mantis.
Yeah, young Mantis. Yeah, I guess he probably might have been, to be honest with you. Yeah, so it's wild. It's just wild because you're like, how do you not know the rest of the teams that are like even more in depth? Because like you're like it's just very topical for every other team. But dude, speaking of the Cubs, did you see the Dodgers pitcher? I think he was playing the Cubs 2 days ago.
Jacob May.
Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah, I think he did it Sunday. I don't think he was playing the Cubs.
It might have been right before the series.
Because they get rained out Monday, and then they had
probably then,
today.
yeah.
But
that video is identical to how my arm got messed up.
Right? Could you have gotten Tommy John?
I did get Tommy John.
Oh, did you?
Yep, I got Tommy John once. The second time, it was a slight tear, so they went in. They like went in and repaired it. And then my son just did something stupid. And then the third time, when it popped, like they were like Tommy John again, and I was like, and that's when they were like, we can repair it again, but like you're, like I think I'm just in the failure rate of Tommy John, I guess.
What is the failure rate of Tommy John? Do you know?
I don't know, to be honest with you, but like usually you don't hear about people getting Tommy John twice.
Right. I've
Like-
heard about. There has been a few players I've heard have gotten it twice, but I can't. I can't stick out in my head. It was probably the White Sox. Like I think somebody had it in like early minors and then had it again semi recently.
I think they messed mine up, to be honest with you, though. My first one, because so I have Ehlers-Danlos, so I have this joint disease, and I don't think the person doing it understood quite what it was, and they probably should have, because you know what Tommy John is, right? Like they take the ligament, they wrap it, and
yeah, kind of.
so like they probably should have wrapped mine looser, I'm gonna guess, because I have so much elasticity. I'm not a doctor, but I'm guessing that's probably would have been the better way to do it.
Yeah,
because that's why guys throw faster when they come back, because it's their arms like super tight.
I remember joking always that I wanted Tommy John so I could throw a little bit harder.
Dude, how many dudes do you think got Tommy John like steroids?
Oh, I bet there's a lot. It was like, oh, my arm hurts, and they're like, Tommy John.
They're like, I'm a righty who throws 90, but this says I could throw 97 if I get Tommy John. I'll take the year off. Just fucking. What do you think the next iteration of Tommy John's going to be?
What do you mean?
Like, you know how like ACLs used to be like career enders,
Oh, okay.
and then Adrian Peterson came back like in the same season.
I'm
much.
hoping it's hip flexor because freaking Luis Robert just tore his hip flexor.
Oh shit, did he?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like, do you think we'll ever see a time where Tommy John is like a 4-month injury?
I don't know because I don't know the rehab on it or anything or why it takes so long to.
Well,
there's always something like today at work. They came in with this tool that rather than threading ends of pipes, you just have this coupling you can put on it, and then it crimps it. But it can do from like a 1/2 inch all the way up to 4 inches, I think it was, a pipe, and it crimps it, and it's like a watertight. It's like a weld tight seal, like it's
without welding.
Without welding, no hot work, so you can use it next to gas and all sorts of stuff.
Oh shit!
So they can come up with anything. This seems like an obvious thing that somebody should have came up with before. But it's got so much pressure in that thing, though. I mean, it would have just had to be engineered correctly. But
why aren't we making millions of dollars doing this, Jems? What are we?
There's a lot of stuff we can probably think of.
We could definitely think of some shit for sure. Yeah, dude. Speaking of that, by the way, I reached out to somebody to try to get them on the show. I haven't heard back yet. Can you guess who I reached out to? And it's like it's somebody who played baseball and is also left-handed.
Brandon Johnson.
No, that would be tight though. He'd be fun because he's like into music and shit. We could probably talk to him about
Barry Zito, also into music.
I did reach out to Barry Zito. Still haven't heard a response, but then again, I don't think he uses his Twitter much. So
I think he's active. He was tweeting recently, but I think he's more active on his Instagram.
should probably go over there and hit him.
Is this a pitcher or a hitter?
He's a pitcher.
Recently?
Kind of recently, like 2002. 2001, maybe.
I don't know.
He's unusually famous for the career he had.
Hideo Nomo.
No, that would be tight. Did you know Hideo Nomo threw a no-hitter on his first start with the Boston Red Sox?
Was it his first start with? So that was like he had already thrown one with the Dodgers because he came up with the Dodgers.
Yep. No, reached out to Jim Morris. He's the science teacher that like the movie The Rookie is based on.
Oh, that's cool.
He's a lefty too, by the way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's what. Yeah, I still have hope I'm going to make the major leagues up until I'm about 40. Just
because of that dude. Yeah.
Like I might. Any chance I get to throw a ball hard, even though I didn't ever throw that hard, I'm just hoping that one day it like clicks and somebody's like, "Whoa."
Dude, I kind of part of me is like, I wonder how fast I could throw.
If it means anything to you, I'm pretty sure I throw faster now at 30 than I did at 18 with keeping up maintenance on my arm. At least, although me pitching those last 2 Labor Days and feeling that I'm throwing harder than I used to, and it felt like it kind of looked like it, and people telling me, "Oh yeah, that's probably like low 80s," which I didn't do too often before. I was just good off speed and everything. But it's also people that haven't seen too many pitches recently, so them saying it's 83 is probably like it's like 68.
I don't know though. Like I feel like it's weird. Do you go to the batting cage at all ever?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I don't go too often, but every now and then, like we're just at mini golf and they have a fucking
70. The last time I remember doing it, it was like, oh, I can hit 70. That's nothing.
Yeah,
and it's like what the fuck?
Oh no, I was gonna say that's what I was asking because I stepped in and I was expecting it to be fast and I just crushed it.
See, I expected it to be slow, and it seemed fast.
Those things always scare the shit out of me though because I'm like, there's not really much technology with those things, and I'm like, what's keeping this thing from hitting me in the face?
I always hated taking off a pitching machine.
I hated it too because you anticipate it as the arm comes up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's not the same as like pitching off live pitching. I didn't. I'll be honest with you. I did terrible in BP. Like I could not hit BP. Like the short fucking arm shit. Like I'm like, don't.
And I was always I hit like 300 my first 2 years of high school, which is JV, but whatever. And then probably close to 400 my sophomore year. And then being a junior on varsity my junior year, sorry.
Yeah.
I probably only had like 10 at bats, but I was probably like 4 for 10 or something like that.
That's 400.
Right. And then my senior year I got 1 at bat.
What the fuck?
Did
you pitch?
Yeah. He always DH for me.
All right. Well, after that fun 30 minutes odd of some random off the rails banter between that you probably just enjoyed because if you are 27 episodes deep with us, you know what to expect. So we have joining us from the Brew Party, Andy Hopper. How's it going, man?
Dude, it's great. Tone, Jems, I'm ready to get off the rails. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited. Congrats on the 27 episodes. Looking forward to keeping up with you guys in the future. But yeah, super excited to be here. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, no problem.
That was fun. Professional. I like that. That was very good.
Andy is on top of the shit.
It just gets less and less professional as the interview goes on. Just brace yourself.
Well, I met you officially draft night, which from the time this thing airs, because this will come out Monday, we have probably about 2 weeks, maybe almost 2, not close to 2 weeks, I guess. But I've been in the same circles, follow each other on Twitter and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Which is awesome. And then I guess for some reason I'm an absolute moron and I just didn't realize you had a podcast. And then one day I was scrolling through and I was like, oh, Andy's got Robbie Barstool on his podcast. And then I was like,
insane.
fuck. And then I was like, man, I was like, this is good. And then I went back and listened to episodes before that, and I was like, man, Andy's really good at this. So,
hey, I appreciate the kind words, man. But yeah, that Robbie Fox episode was like insane. So when he went to Abu Dhabi for those fights, he was like in the airport or something, and I don't even remember what he tweeted. But he was like excited to get back, ready for this long trip, and I just like randomly tweeted back like how we were talking before we got on.
Yeah.
Just drunk, and I just what are the chances you'll come on my podcast for my 50th episode next week to talk about UFC? And he responded almost right away, and he was like, "Yeah, hit me up when I get back into town in a few days." And I was like, "Holy shit!" And then when I was talking to him, if you follow me on Twitter at ahop23, no big deal. But my profile picture is me and Bert Kreischer. I met Bert at like a meet and greet at one of his shows, and then like at a bar. Like he always goes out to the bars and drinks with his fans. So that's my profile picture on Twitter. And he said, "Yeah, I saw you had Bert in your profile picture. I'm a big Two Bears One Cave fan." So I responded immediately. I was like, "All right, I guess I got to keep that as my AVI." But
nice.
Yeah, Robbie was a huge pinch me moment. I've had a couple of those. So I'm from Champaign, Illinois. So if you can see the flag behind me, I'm a big University of Illinois fan. So I've been able to talk to a couple Illini, like Beth Prince. She played volleyball for them, took them to the Final Four. That was a really cool story. Reggie Corbin, number 11 all time on the rush yards list in Illinois. Deion Thomas, all time leading scorer in Illinois basketball history. That one was another like holy shit. I got to talk to Ryan Held, who actually is an Olympic gold medalist. He swam with Michael Phelps in Rio 2016. So he was telling me like a shitload of stories all about that, like the ready room, and about how Phelps is just like nonchalant. She's like, yeah, that's just another race. Yeah, just get another gold. And it's like, oh, it makes sense.
I've met Michael Phelps.
Well, that's
ironically
awesome.
enough, yes. And I don't know how that dude. I mean, that dude's a physical freak, but I mean, besides the fact that like I met him at a 7-Eleven actually at like 4 a.m. So
that was mine.
No, he was about to though. It was actually the night after Halloween. So the industry I work in, I'm in gas stations pretty early in the morning, and I was just vending, and dude came in, and this one happens to be across from the Olympic Trading Center here in Colorado Springs. And so I was like, man, that dude looks familiar. And then he turned the corner. I was like, that's fucking Michael Phelps. And he had a gallon jug of chocolate milk. And he asked the dude at the counter for zigzags, and I was like, "This guy's about to get high as shit."
Hell yeah! So, that's gonna be my next question. Is like, you toke up with him or what? That's awesome.
I unfortunately don't smoke because of my job, but it was funny though. I was like, "This good dude." I'm like, "You're like, it's not even a performance enhancing drug." I was like, "That dude's just crushing it." So
I mean, it just makes a lot more sense how long he can hold his breath underwater. Just
that is true.
Those huge bongs.
Laramie Tunsil, also Olympic
Laramie Tunsil, also an Olympic swimmer.
Yes.
Yeah, no.
That he fell in the draft after that, but I mean that just brought his stock up as far as I go.
By the way, that worked out swimmingly for the fucking Dolphins over there. They got like 7 first-round picks for him when all that was said is done. Fucking all those trades, man, that was crazy.
Yeah, they got. I don't even know when they traded him and Kenny Stills. Basically, just like stole those picks from the Texans.
Definitely, yeah.
I don't even know, but yeah, I just remember that was the whole thing. It was like, oh, Bong, he's ripping a gas mask.
Yeah.
It was like his stepdad or somebody like in his circle like released that, which was pretty fucked up
at the draft too. It was like the Aaron Rodgers news that popped out like right before this draft. It was like, oh, hey, by the way, here.
All right, yeah. Speaking of the draft, when I was watching it this weekend, I saw. I don't remember who it was. It was like a defensive end or somebody. It was in the later rounds. Like he gets drafted, and like the first thing they show is was suspended for so and so for undisclosed regions this year. It's like, why is that the first thing you have to put on fucking ESPN when this guy's drafted? Like maybe a congratulations or let's show his stats from last year. Suspended. Come on.
Like character issues. You're like, fuck yourself. And most of those character issues, shit's bullshit anyway. I mean, I'm always like, if I was an NFL GM, I would be like, who's got the character issues? I'm going to take them late in the first round or early second round because they always pan out.
Isn't that what the Bengals did for a long time?
They should have. I know they took. They did take Joe Mixon. I was going to think Pac-Man. No, they didn't. They didn't get Pac-Man first. Pac-Man was a first round draft, right?
They're also willing to sign them, I suppose.
Yeah, that's true.
Montez Burfict, they had him for a long time.
They did have him for a long time, but they had like there's guys like I think they had Chad Johnson too. But Chad Johnson was like more so. He went to like him and Steve Smith went to like Oregon State, I think it was. Something
that
like
sounds
that.
Right. It was somewhere off the beaten path,
And it was because they had some like off the field stuff when they were in high school and stuff, like all that bullshit. So yeah, but it's funny that you mentioned Two Bears One Cave. I don't know if you followed the Iron Rascals Network during our.
They just won your guys' championship. That was really cool.
They did.
Yeah,
This championship right here. It's still got the plastic on it because I don't want to fuck it up, but it's pretty cool. It actually just came in. It's got the detail work on it was really
fucking sick, bro.
real cool. So yeah, got a championship belt on my desk. Bert, whenever he gets back from Serbia, but I can't get a hold of his producer. He told me to get a hold of his producer for Two Bears, and they haven't gotten back to me. I've gotten a hold of him, but
he does the Bertcast,
but
Nadav or whatever.
Nadav, and I've texted it, I've DM'd him and I fucking emailed him, but I guess they're moving. I guess the YMH studio, so maybe that's why shit's getting all fucked up. But we'll get it to him eventually.
Yeah, I had that happen to me actually. So Bailey Carlin who just left Barstool, actually started his own company, was supposed to come on. And it was like literally like an hour after I announced the show. He's like, "Hey man, I have to cancel." He's like, "I'm so fucking embarrassed." And I was just like, I wasn't upset because like he had to go home. He like caught a flight home to go see his parents. I was like, "Yeah, dude, you know, go like it's crazy times. You never know like when you're actually gonna be able to do that." And it's like my fucking little boring show nobody gives a fuck about anyways. But it's just like I'm kind of waiting for him to be like, "All right, now it's time." But I haven't heard back from him yet. So Bailey, if you see this, hit me up, dude.
For sure. We actually had that Halston said he would do our show, and I haven't heard back from him.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I'm fucking name dropping here, but I play video games sometimes with Ron Funches, who also does a podcast called Getting Better, and and does a bunch of stuff. And
Halston produced that.
His producer, yeah.
Ron Funches is like a Lions legend in my opinion because he wore Lions shit on Undateable all the time on that show. So Ron Funches is hilarious,
even though he is a Bears fan. But we'll give you that one.
Hey man. He wore it on public TV.
That's what counts. Yeah, I get it. I wouldn't wear Bears shit in public.
No, but it's pretty funny. No, I love that's what I love about podcasting, especially like people like like I mean like we would never have met without podcasting and stuff like that. And that's like the cool thing is like the connection aspect of it. It makes the world a little smaller. I talked about it on a past episode, and I just did this like 6 degrees of separation thing, but like I think it's like. That's what makes kind of the world go around is like you shrink everything down. And
dude. I mean, I didn't mention it earlier, but the people that I've been able to meet, that aren't these famous people that are doing all this. Some of my favorite people, like we just talked about, you just did Tom Scavetta's show over at Review and Preview, and then my friend Sam Cardona that I met that does the Girl Who Talks Sports podcast, and my friends Lucas Hagen and Ryan Smith, they do LAN parties about video games. They're all the way out in Vegas. And then I met some other dudes that went, they do You Hate to See It. They're actually only like 3 hours away from me, but it's legit. I would have never met half of these, like any of these people if it's not due to the internet. It's crazy how social media, podcasting, and like I'm in a group message with some of them now. I talk to them almost every day. Wouldn't have ever thought about that.
That's how we
familiar.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's how we formed our network. I mean, the Anomalies guys and Jems and it's like we all met on the internet. I mean, we're all just friends from the fucking internet. So.
Yeah, but I mean, it's great content. I love what the Anomalies do, and I love this show too.
Definitely, we'll have to get you over there on there too. That'd be
an honor.
And we have some other stuff coming up too. That I think we're gonna launch another show. I won't get into too many details, but we might recruit you for that at some point too. So
let me know.
It'll be fun. Like definitely gonna be a guesty type show. That's gonna be fun. So
absolutely, anytime.
But yeah. So hopefully I guess
on there frequently. Hopefully we're on there often.
Exactly. But no, I guess so. You are a podcast listener, so I know that for a fact. So before we launch into how kind of like your story of like sort of like what made you start yours, I'm gonna put you on the spot. What are your top 5 podcasts right now?
My top 5 podcasts. Okay, so pardon my take. I think that'll always be number one for me. They're just like legendary. I think if I ever met them, I'd like shit my pants. Like what they're able to do.
That might work for you. With
Yeah,
Big
I
Cat.
know, for real. Yeah, for like what they're able to do, like sarcasm, sports, like satire. The way they're just like so quick with everything, and their jokes like will literally make me like have to pause the episode sometimes. Be like, holy shit. That's number one. Two Bears. I love Bad Friends. What else? Fuck.
See, that's why I put you on the spot.
I know. Oh my god, this shouldn't be this hard. Well, let me just look at my fucking podcast.
Yeah, go for it.
Like, why am I not just looking at that right now?
I always have a hard time because I'm like, people are like, oh, what podcast do you subscribe to? And as somebody who wants people to subscribe to their podcast, I'm like, I don't know. I just know what days all my favorite podcasts come out. And I just go find.
Yeah, so
I'm like weird.
A new untold story. It's KB and Nick they're also from Barstool. That's just like it's really anus. Yeah, it's really different from what I like. I'm used to. It's a lot of like sketch stuff and them just being stupid. And then for the last one, I'm gonna throw in Hey Babe with Sal Vulcano and Chris.
This dude's a fucking massive Hey Babe fan.
Hey Babe, I love that show.
My wife actually is the one that got me to listen to it. She's like, Sal's got a podcast. I was like, with who? She's like, Chris D. I was like, Stefano? I said,
Chris drop.
Yeah, it's so funny too because we got that was the one pick in the bracket contest that like we got the most shit about.
Hey, babe.
Really? Well, is it because it's so new?
Like 20 episodes.
Because we put it fucking number 2 because when we made the brackets we were trying to go as much off of like current rankings as possible.
Right.
And it was doing really well. It still is doing well. It's like, and people are like, it's just gonna go like 6 episodes, and you're like, go fuck yourselves. Like,
yeah, I think honorable mention. I'll throw real quick. The Dog Walk from Barstool. Eddie does that, and they do like the drafts all the time. I'm a big fan of. Almost pretty much anything sports. Like I said, the Girl Who Talks Sports podcast, my friend Sam Cardona, and then review and preview the stuff they do over there. I'm trying to think. Mark Norman, I love Mark Norman. Tuesdays with Stories with him and Joe List. I actually got to meet him once in Indianapolis. He was awesome. And then he does a show with Sam Morril, actually, where they get drunk. Big fan of that one. And then Whiskey Ginger with Santino. I'm big into that. Tom Segura, like Tom Talks, like I could just go on, like anything like that's funny, or like anything that has like sports related, like Titus and Tate is really good college basketball podcast. I like them a lot.
Is that man, Titus and Golden?
It's actually it's Mark Titus, who played basketball at Ohio State, like the walk on, the club trill guy, and then Tate Frazier. So they both formerly worked for Bill Simmons over at the Ringer, and they kind of left there and started their own. Well, no, they didn't really start their own. They're with Fox Sports now. But yeah, they do a lot of good stuff. And then like not only podcasts, I don't know about you guys, but I'm a big fan of like announcers, like for like game, like listen to a game. Like I'm a Cardinals fan myself, but I think Jason Benetti that does the White Sox is the best announcer in baseball.
This dude's a fucking White Sox fan over here.
I love Jason Benetti.
Yeah, he's very good. I listened to him do lacrosse like 2 weeks ago on ESPN, like 2. He was so good at lacrosse, and it sounded like he'd been calling those games his entire life.
Somebody described it perfectly that does games with him. He just makes it sound like he's known his partner for like 20 years and they're just like best friends, like no matter what he's doing. He does a lot of like Big Ten basketball games too, which I think he's really good at, and makes me like Dan Dockich more than I actually do. So, or like other guys, like I grew up on like Gus Johnson and stuff like that. So I'll go down YouTube rabbit holes of like old Gus Johnson calls, or
nice.
I mean, Chris Collinsworth, here's a guy and all that fucking bullshit. But my life is pretty. Sum it up, it's beer. I like to smoke a little bit of weed. I'm a bartender, and I watch sports. And I do a podcast. That's all you really know. All you really need to know about me.
Well, you can't beat that though. I mean, it's not a bad way to go about it.
I would like to assume if that was me like 10 years ago, that's probably pretty accurate.
Here's the thing, though. I bet you Andy is deceptively young looking, and you guys are probably the same age.
No, I'm only 25. So.
Okay, just kidding. You're not Jems. How old do you think Jems is? You're going to say way too older.
30, 28, something
Damn
like
it.
that.
You were under. He's
31.
31. Hey, that's close. See,
I like it. Tell me I'm 28. I'm like
Well,
I'm like a
I've got a
lady.
kid. I've got a kid too, so I'm basically fucking 30 at this point. I don't do anything. It's not like I go out and do anything. I sit in my house,
Yeah.
fucking like an old man.
We all have kids too. It's like
Yeah.
it's
There's
it
7
ends.
kids on this podcast.
7 kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I got
Wow.
I got 3. You got 3. You got 1. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
How I think I just saw on your Twitter you said no, I think it was on the draft thing. Your son just turned 1 or
Yeah, so he's 13 months on in 6 days he'll be 14 months.
Nice.
So yeah, he wasn't planned, we'll just put it that way.
Hey.
But I literally can't imagine it any other way. I get my daddy daycare on, like I said, I'm a bartender, so I work like nights most of the time, and so I get to spend a lot of time with him during the day. Love
That's
my
awesome.
naps I get to have.
the best part. That first year is like fucking all naps. It's the best.
But so since you guys both are a lot more experienced, you got any advice for me after this first year?
He's not walking yet, right? Or
Oh
he's
yeah,
surprised.
he's been walking since he was 9.5 months.
Okay, sweet.
Walking,
My
he's
son,
talking, he's eating full. He's eating like
Fuck.
regular food. He's not like putting like full sentences together or anything, but
Yeah.
he's fucking making words, screaming at me, getting in all my shit. But
hey, that's the way. I would say, if you're a music fan, play a lot of music.
we do. He loves me
Because that helps with the talking. I found that they pick up words a lot faster. My son like talks to me like he's like a fucking college professor and he's fucking almost 4. You know, like what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Yeah. But like, yeah, he picks up a lot of that stuff. If you want them to learn a foreign language, start teaching them now. And then that's really my major stuff. If you want to play sports, probably a good chance. Just put a bat in his hand. Muscle memory is good.
He's got a bat with the tee. He's got soccer balls. He's got a basketball hoop. We're setting him up. I mean,
Yeah, hell yeah.
my scholarship or bust.
My son's been hitting off a baseball tee since before he could walk. I just
Nice.
I prop when they with that weird standees phase where they can't like walk
Yeah.
but they can stand up. I'd prop him up against like Rubbermaid tubs and then he just hit off the tee.
Dedication right there.
Yeah, he's not even 4 yet, and we have like a batting cage in the basement. So like,
Hell yeah, dude. That's you got
So
a
we're going-
major leaguer in your future.
we're going pro.
I'm surprised he hasn't made ESPN or anything yet.
The Cubs have retweeted him a few times.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Sorry.
I mean, hey man, fuck you. Hey man,
What do you think about the Cubs 3-man booth? Are you a fan of Marquee Network?
I don't know if that's what we watch or not. So we live in Colorado. My wife's literally, if the game's not over, she's watching the game right now. We have the MLB package, so I don't know if we get the 3-man booth or not. I don't know. Whoever the fuck calls the games is a fucking absolute moron on whatever we listen to. It literally, it's this. I pitched all the way up through college. If I hadn't blown my arm out, we were just talking about Tommy John surgery. Like, I would have made it to the major leagues. But I threw 91 as a lefty. But
Keep going. Say a couple words.
No big deal. Yeah. Anything else? Your spin rate or
I mean, I did teach a couple major leaguers how to throw a slider, but whatever. No, but we were watching it, and Trevor Bauer had the fucking bases loaded. It was a 3-2 count to Chris Bryant, and the one guy was like, "What do you think Trevor Bauer throws here?" And he's like, "He's definitely throwing a slider." And I was like, "He's throwing a fucking fastball. What the fuck are you talking about?" And like, he of course throws a fucking fastball, and like, I was like, "This guy's announcing games. Fuck this guy. Like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about."
I would say that probably was a different broadcast. I would like to hope Jim DeShays knows what he's talking about.
God, I would hope so.
Well, because it's Boog Shambi now. He came over from ESPN to call the games for Marquee Network, and I actually really liked him because he would do national baseball games for them. So I thought that was a pretty good hire, but it was also, I think they brought over Chris Myers from like the Fox, like NFL Sunday set. He does like pregame for him, but it's just, I don't know. It's like 16 people are able to get Marquee Network. And like, I got a buddy, his name's Greg. He's, go check him out on Twitter @Out of the Vines. He does a podcast for the Cubs minor league system. It's actually called Growing Cubs for Cubs Insider.
I have to check that out.
And he fucking hates it. I think every game he tweets about how much he hates the 3-man booth, but he's a great follow for Cubs Twitter.
Who else
I don't-
is there with him?
I'm gonna guess I don't because I feel like there's only 2 dudes in mine.
I don't know if the MLB network just automatically gives you like whatever, or if it alternates, like maybe you're getting whatever team they're playing against, maybe you're getting their booth, like who knows. But
Maybe no. Well,
I don't know
Well,
how that works.
so we get on DirecTV, which is fucking dog shit. The only reason I have it is because of the football package, but like It literally has every game. So every game is like, so say they're playing Milwaukee's playing the Cubs. You have the option. It will say Milwaukee versus Cubs, Milwaukee broadcast, Cubs broadcast. So
okay.
So we always watch the Cubs broadcast, but I don't think it's the marquee one though.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't know. It's fucking god awful though. They're terrible. they are real bad. Like, and you're just like, what the? Just dumb shit. And then sometimes they'll just be like, they'll just say stuff that like you're like, as a baseball player and / fan of the sport, you're like, you guys just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, like it'll be like, oh, I think so and so is a little bit like, and maybe it's just homerism too. Like maybe I don't watch any Rockies games because I'm like, goddamn, they're awful. But I'm a Tigers fan anyway to start with. But like the Cubs pitcher will like hit somebody. And then the guy will be pissed off, and they're like, "Oh, come on, man! Like, it didn't mean to hit you. Like, you just calm down." And they're like, "I don't know. It was a little inside. He probably was trying to send a message, but whatever." But like the Cubs player will get hit the next inning, and they'll be like, "I mean, this is just getting out of hand." You're like, "Hey, motherfucker! Like, call it kind of even at least."
Well, that's what those fucking. They're all like that. They're all like, God. Like, if you ever listen to Cardinals broadcasts, I think you want to shoot yourself in the head, dude. Like, especially if you're not a Cardinals fan. Even I get like, all right, it's Dan McLaughlin. I'm like, okay, Dan. Like, this is just unthinkable. How could they do this? But it's all those small market little teams. That's what they're fucking paid to do, is talk about their fucking team like that. But there's a lot of them just like, okay, it didn't fucking happen like that. Yeah. Okay. But I mean, I'd still probably take them listening over or watching the fucking ESPN baseball.
Oh, for sure. No, I'm with you on that. So I guess I didn't realize you were such a big baseball fan, which is cool because we're
the Cardinals are my team. I know that's you're not going to like that, but
I'm not really a Cubs fan. I'm like a Cubs fan by marriage. Like they're a National League team, so I'll root for them.
Right.
My wife's a diehard fan. She watches almost every game. We named our son after a Cubs player, so like it's fucking
Sammy.
Yeah, Ryan Sandberg. It's fucking hilarious. By the way, people, I don't know what your son's name is, but like, fucking people need to learn how to pronounce people's names. Like, my son's name is Ryne. Don't call him Rin. Okay, like, not even. Yeah, Ryan all the time. Yeah, people are like, "Oh, Ryan." You're like, at least close, I guess.
Closer, yeah. My son's name is Carson, so it's pretty easy to remember.
Pretty hard to fuck up too.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to fuck up. Yeah, I'd hope you're able to say that correctly.
I mean, it's cool that you named him after Carson Palmer, but I mean, like, just kidding.
Yeah, I'll give myself credit for that. It's actually my girlfriend wanted to name him that. I was cool. I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Whatever. It's a quarterback's name, man. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair enough. It is. I mean, did you have any names that you thought you would want to name your son growing up? Because we were just talking about that.
Growing up? Fuck. Before he was born, I liked the name Liam a lot, but like that's like super popular, so we decided to go a different way. Growing up, though, what was I gonna name my kid?
Probably maybe something outlandish.
Cash. I love the name Cash. C-A-S-H or K-A-S-H, either one. My girlfriend wouldn't let that happen. I thought that, or even like his middle name. Like, come on, dude, throw me a bone. It's cool.
Man, I mean Carson Cash. That's kind of cool.
That's a cool name, dude. I had multiple people tell me, "Oh, that sounds cool," but she hated it. So, but it's whatever she wants.
My last name is Gordon. I wanted to name my son Flash.
And
then his middle name Danger. And then my wife is like, Danger for the middle name, huh? And I was like, his first name's fucking Flash. Why not?
Why not, dude? That's kick-ass name. Forget Carson Cash, Flash, Danger, Gordon. I want to be friends with that kid.
I mean, I was trying to set that kid up. Like, I mean, first off, if your last name's Gordon, your nickname's automatically Flash, no matter what. Even though people don't realize that Flash, the fast guy who they think they're calling you, is not Flash Gordon. But people don't get it. It's a whole different superhero, but whatever. But yeah, so it is what it is. And then Danger. I'm like, fucking Danger's his middle name. Like, fucking, he's got a built-in pickup line.
Yeah, so. No, that's incredible. I might have to steal that. Flash Danger.
Fuck yeah, go for it. Someone's got to get use out of it. Shit,
somebody has to.
I'm done with making kids. So we're.
Are you officially?
I'm gonna guess so. Yeah. Every time I bring it up to my wife, I'm like, I think we're at that spot. Like, do you think I'm having more kids? She's like, fuck no.
Yeah.
So yes, I think we're done.
Congratulations.
Which congratulations, yes, but also means that at some point I got to go get a vasectomy, and not it's not congratulations on that. What abstinence? Yeah,
Could just be celibate. Yeah, he's
that's
right.
true. Yeah. I'm gonna become a monk and shit.
Uh-huh.
Be hilarious. No, it's wild. Yeah, I don't. Gems, are you guys having more?
We don't know yet.
I mean,
See
you
how
got
these three go.
you got two babies under 9 months in your house, I think, right?
Holy
No,
shit.
the one's almost 11 months, and then Piper's almost 4 months. So we're getting there.
Yeah, you're getting there.
You're getting busy, Jems.
But I have 2 biological kids, and the other one's a foster kid.
Oh, okay, okay.
He's still getting busy. Don't worry.
Science doesn't work like that too often. I don't think where they're 7 months apart. I don't know. If
By the way,
Irish twins.
yeah, like super Irish twins. So like,
Irish Siamese twins.
you're like, what? Oh my god, this is how we go off the rails. But Andy, if you guys are at some point planning on having another kid and it's just not working for you, grow a mullet. So scientific proof we found out on the show that if you have a mullet, you're definitely going to impregnate your lady.
A bad mullet too, but it's fitting though. You think about all the hillbilly dads.
She hates when because I've grown my hair out like a couple times while we've been together, and like that's like a weekly. So when you get your hair cut, or like I can't even like as if I can grow this fucking puby beard out anymore. Like even if that gets too long, it's so when are you gonna shave? And it's like, god damn, dude. Like,
Dude, I only have this because my wife won't let me shave it.
oh, good for you.
It's fucking terrible. I hate this thing. Fuck this thing.
I'm
Jesus
not allowed
Christ.
to grow one.
You're not allowed to grow one?
No,
You got
because
the
we
nice
wear
little
the mask,
5
the
o'clock
SCBA mask.
That's
okay.
true. I mean, mine just hangs over. It's like whatever.
It does
Gems-
get annoying though if you have like a beard and with that mask on, it gets like hot and sweaty and itchy.
Yeah.
I definitely understand that.
Well, then I guess if I die and I have too much facial hair, they can just blame the mask, and then my wife doesn't get to pay out.
Yeah, they'll find something. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, did you guys see some NFL player got hurt today away from the facility, and like the team has the option on whether or not to pick up his $10 million contract or not?
Oh no.
Isn't that
did
fucked
see
up?
that.
Yeah. Was that what happened? Was it his fault or was it like an accident or like?
I think it said he was working out. So I'm like, if he was working out,
Oh, that's fucked up. If they
Then-
pull his contract.
that's kind of fucked, right? I wonder how people feel, other players feel about that. And you're like, yeah, that team's the team that doesn't pay out when you fucking get hurt. Fuck those guys. It's probably a Bengal. I'm just kidding. Just giving shit to the Bengals. No, it's wild though. Like that kind of stuff. You're like, okay, like I guess. Like, could you imagine just like your boss just being like, you know what? You stubbed your toe at home, so I'm not gonna give you this $10 million.
Yeah,
Like,
no
what?
shit, dude.
Like,
I
what the
can't
fuck?
even imagine. Like, because you always hear those like stories about, oh, this guy's fucking around like playing pickup basketball or something,
Yeah.
and hurt himself, or like this dude went like sledding or snowboarding or some
Andrew Luck.
stupid shit. Yeah.
Andrew Luck.
But yeah, like if God forbid I was ever in that situation. I mean, you can't really see it on the camera, but I got this keg under here. Like, and I was like actually like working out, like just trying to like put in some extra time, and I got hurt. And they're like, you know what? We're good. Like, are you fucking serious? I don't know if I'd ever play again. Or
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, who is this team's rival? I need to be on your team immediately, and we're just gonna fucking kill him.
Right.
Did you guys see Zaven Collins when they called him the Cardinals their pick in the first round? It was Steve Keim, the GM. He calls him. He goes, "Hey man, you ready?" And Zaven Collins like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna fucking kill everybody. Like we're gonna fucking destroy them." And I'm like, I'm all in on this guy. I love this guy. He goes, "You ready to fucking kill?" He goes, "We're gonna have a ring bigger than," I don't even remember what he said, but it was just like
The player did?
Zaven Collins, yeah, he was like, "Dude, we're gonna kill everybody. We're getting rings. Like our ring's gonna be bigger than." I don't remember what he said, but it was like, okay, I like this guy for sure. But he's like
someone that didn't do their due diligence and realize that Zaven Collins is related to Aaron Hernandez. And I was
Oh,
like, "Hey, just kidding, my bad guys."
oh no,
That's a red flag. Character issues. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Yeah,
he's a scary
Really?
man though, dude. He's like
Dude.
6'5", like 260, 250. He plays linebacker. He's
yeah.
gonna be really good for them. He's gonna
Dude,
be
some of these dudes are just like, I'm like, maybe
He
I'm
runs
just
like a 4.3 40.
Yeah.
You're just like, you could kill me. He really could kill us all if he wanted to.
that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, some of these dudes are just like, okay, like when I was growing up, like, and I'm like older than both y'all, but like, fucking, like, you just watch these motherfuckers and you're like, okay, like, the offensive lineman who weighs fucking 325 pounds ran a 5.1. You're like, that dude's fucking moving. Now they're like running 4.4s and shit. You're like, dude, you can't be running a 4.4 as a 6'6", 400-pound lineman. Okay, this is not.
It's just not fair.
This is not.
Like, can you imagine being the quarterback and you have a guy that is like 6'6", like 280, coming off the edge at you and just not shitting your pants and be able to like stay in the pocket? Like, I know as a fucking football fan, I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Or get rid of the fucking ball. But like, I cannot even imagine if it's me and I'm not like legit like soiling myself. Like,
I legit think that they need to bring back that Pros versus Joe's show, because that was the fucking funniest shit ever when they would do that. Like, and you're just like, hey, you're like, you gotta you're gonna throw the ball and LeVar Arrington's gonna run you down. You're like, what? no, I'm good, thanks. I'll not do this. Fucking Fear Factor, fucking try to die off that shit. Who hosted that show? Was it in my brain? When I think of that show, it's Joe Rogan, but it's definitely not Joe Rogan.
No, I think you're thinking of Fear Factor.
I definitely am thinking of Fear Factor, but I think it might have came on like after Fear Factor or before Fear Factor, and that's why I like associate the two.
I'm about to Google it. Pros versus Joe.
Or it was like Chris Rose or some shit.
Michael Strahan and Jay Glazer.
That sounds about.
It was. That's right.
Jay Glazer's bald. That makes sense.
Petros Papadakis from seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 was Strahan and Jay Glazer. Yeah.
Nice.
On Spike TV. R.I.P. Spike TV. Wait, is Spike still a thing?
I don't.
That's something I bet
something
on.
like the Paramount Network now.
I think it might have merged into something else.
Hold on, I'm clicking on. It's Paramount Network. You're right. Jems is all over it, dude. He knew Strahan and Glazer. And he's like, nope, Paramount Network.
I googled Strahan and Glazer, but
He's really good at googling too.
I lucky guessed Paramount.
So that actually reminds me. So it's a scientific fact. Left-handed people are quicker Googlers. That's why me and Jems are so fast at Google. Andy,
You're
are you
both lefties?
Yeah, Andy, I'm gonna guess by that
Lions,
response that you're a righty.
I'm a righty. Yeah, no, that's cool though.
Still searching for our first left-handed guest.
Oh no.
Didn't Ryan Niemiller say he would consider himself left?
He said he
dominant?
considered, but
Wait, you guys had an emailer on?
He was like one of our first guests.
Holy fuck, that's
super
awesome.
cool, dude. Super
he
cool.
was so fucking funny, dude. I loved him on AGT, and then when they had when McAfee had all of his stuff with him. That's a podcast I forgot to fucking mention. McAfee and fucking The Pod, of course.
Yeah.
I love those.
we figured that's kind of.
Yeah.
I was like, that's probably how we connected
that
somehow.
Is definitely how we connected.
But yeah, no, Ryan was the only one that was like, he's like, I don't know,
because no-handed, but he's left dominant, maybe.
Because he said both his brothers were left-handed.
Yeah, so that's
like
what
that,
it was. We accepted him as a left-handed.
So he was like, I would probably be left-handed, I guess. But
off the top of my head, I think I can think of like one dude I grew up with that was a lefty. I'm sure there's so many more.
You notice it more when you are left-handed, and you're like, that one's different, like me.
Mm-hmm.
we're like motorcyclists. We do like the hand signals and shit. I'm like, yeah.
So my stepdad is actually left-handed. But like growing up, he played baseball literally all through high school, and his dad made him learn how to play right-handed.
What a fucker! So
he does everything but play everything with his left but play baseball. He can do that right.
Everything but the sport where it would have been an advantage.
Everything but the sport where he literally has to play like two positions.
Yeah,
people are freaking out right now about the ambidextrous pitcher, like it hasn't happened before.
I know.
Kid in Florida.
It is really fucking impressive, though. I'm just like, holy shit! Like, I don't know if you guys have ever tried to like throw a baseball with your right hand and it just go like that way.
I taught myself how to throw from a catcher right-handed. I have a 1.8 pop time with my left hand.
Here we go.
Catcher.
Throw more stats at me.
Playing catcher, but they wouldn't let me play because lefties can't play catcher.
Yeah,
as you're well aware. So
that's interesting.
Yeah, so I just design a baseball card for you, Tone, so you can put these stats in the back.
That's what we're gonna do eventually.
An NFT baseball card of Tone.
Damn right. That's That's what we're doing. Or shirts. We're gonna do shirts with baseball, like old school baseball cards on them.
I'd chop the shit out of that, dude.
Yes, I mean, we can make this off the rails. I could be the T. Your fucking J doesn't fit anywhere in there, but whatever, man. Like, or maybe we just do off the rails and then like 2 cards of us, like underneath, like crossed. We'll figure it out. But
Sword
no,
crossed?
yeah. So I taught myself how to throw, and I had a 2-4 pop time right-handed. So
Wow. Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna be a catcher.
I can't throw worth a crap right-handed.
Yeah, but then again, I bat right-handed predominantly. I had to teach myself how to bat left-handed because my t-ball coach fucking just was like, everybody's right-handed, right? And I was like, Coach, I'm left-handed. He's like, well, you're right-handed now. And I was like, okay.
Great.
That's why I'm coaching
Thanks.
football.
It's not gonna fuck up my development in this game at all, Coach. Awesome.
By the way, that dude, we were the White Sox on that team, by the way. Just Jems, this is for you. We were the White Sox. Yeah, we were the White Sox. And game 3, because I'm military brat, was on military base. The military police came out and cuffed my coach on the field
Jesus.
and arrested him. So I don't know what he did, but he came back like 3 weeks later.
Speaking of the White Sox, actually, Jems, I'm going to ask you about this. What do you think about Tony La Russa as your manager? I just saw a report today that the players are getting unhappy with his decisions that he's making. And I just thought that was hilarious that they would even try to fucking hire him again. Shows how dumb Reinsdorf is.
Well, that's what it is. Reinsdorf's the jackass. Like, there's no reason he should have hired Tony La Russa when he could have had AJ Hinch or even Alex Cora. Or
AJ, both of those guys are cheaters, though.
So?
I mean, you are the White Sox, so I mean,
I don't give a shit. But,
one of the biggest baseball cheating scandals ever is the White Sox. So I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, but Shoeless Joe couldn't read or anything. He just wanted to hit the baseball.
Fucking Shoeless Joe couldn't read. Do we know this for a fact?
I think so.
I do think so. How big was Shoeless Joe?
How big was Shoeless Joe?
Because
like that size or like.
Because after the last episode, when we found out that the dude that had 3 no-hitters was like 5'3", 127 pounds, I'm like, were those dudes just actually smaller back then?
Well, they were like mill workers and fucking they had a day job.
I am going pro tone. I'm a mill
yeah,
worker.
dude, you are a mill worker, and if that dude from the Rookie can do it, you can do it. At 38.
Shoeless Joe is 6'1", 200 pounds.
Okay, that dude's legit. Okay.
356 career hitter, 1,700 career hits. Holy shit. He was like so good. I remember I did a report about him in like the 2nd grade. And I was like, he wasn't a cheater. He didn't do
it. Fucking.
His highest batting average in a season was 408.
That's insane.
That's crazy. But I mean, he was hitting off dudes that were 5'2" though. So.
Yeah,
who didn't wear gloves?
Guys throwing 62 miles an hour.
But Tony La Russa, for an old guy, he makes so many changes to the lineup where he could have just had a plug and play lineup almost all year long. But instead, he feels like Jake Lamb needs at bats in left field when he could just be batting Andrew Vaughn every time to get him the experience. Or Leary Garcia playing at second base when Nick Madrigal's hitting over 300.
Yeah.
Does a bunch of stupid shit.
Baseball's wild like that, though. Like, I feel like coaches get too cute too often. You're like, hey, guys, like...
Well, I don't think it's Tony getting cute. I think he's just fucking senile.
Yeah, he was out of... Dude, he wasn't... He won the championship in 2011 with the Cardinals and then retired. He hadn't been a manager for like 10-plus years. He's in his 70s, I think.
Huh?
Yeah, isn't he like in his... He's like 68 or like he's in his...
No, he's like 76.
Yeah, so like...
Younger than Jim Leyland or older.
He's supposed to relate to this young, like up-and-coming White Sox team. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like... What does he want to do? Tell him about your DUIs? I'm a famous baseball person, brother.
I had that shirt.
My favorite tweet I saw about him from this season was like, what color is La Russa's hair? Because it's like all different. And then fucking PFT comments or quotes and it goes, it's either an amber or a blonde, a classic La Russa. But that chalks it up as one of those that hire did not make any sense at all to me. And now it's like they should be the best team in their division. And they're, middling. I don't even know if you guys are 500 right now. I don't want to make this like a rag on the White Sox podcast, but like, fuck, I was expecting a lot. Like, I'm expecting like ALCS World Series from you guys this year. And I know it's still very early. Baseball is so fucking long. But yeah, I was just curious to see what
16
you
and
thought
12.
about that. 15 and 12. Okay, so the last
16
time I
and
saw
12.
16 and 12. Okay, good for them.
Half game out of first.
There we go. Okay,
Half came out of first. Who's in first?
Kansas City.
Yeah.
Mike
Kansas-
Matheny and the Kansas City Royals.
Kansas City's one of those random fucking teams. You're like, oh, like we got the classic juggernauts, the Dodgers, the fucking Yankees, the Red Sox. Oh, who's in the World Series? Oh, the fucking Royals. That's who's in the fucking World Series.
It's at least once or twice a decade you get a Royals World Series appearance and a Tampa Bay Rays World Series appearance or something like that. So we've met our quota for the 2000s for the Rays at least.
Well, the fucking Marlins have like 2 fucking World Series in the last like 30 years.
Yeah, they're due. We're due for a Marlins year.
I think the Marlins have only like lost like one playoff series like ever, and that was this last year because the 2 times they went before, I think they won the World Series, which was just like, yeah, I remember that. Out of the AL East, like out of any of those teams, it was fucking Marlins made the playoffs last year.
I love those random ass stats when like you're like, because like you don't think about playoffs as like.
Yeah,
like
the Lions
real.
fan, you don't really think about
No, I don't fucking think of the Lions at all making the fucking playoffs.
Used to it yet.
No, although we definitely got to get to that part of this conversation because I was asked on the podcast earlier today, if Aaron Rodgers leaves the division, who wins the division? And I'm like, the Lions could, anyone could.
If he does, anybody could. Yeah. I will say if you want to get to that Lions thing now, like Tom, who you actually talked to earlier, he texted me and he thinks the Lions will go like 7-10. And I was like,
he told me that.
I don't know. I think it might be a little bit of a stretch. I'm not even trying to like talk shit, but it's like you have TJ Hawkinson and who are your other weapons? Like
it's all
Tyro the Gazelle.
Who else is he supposed to throw to? That's and then that's how much faith you guys have in Jared Goff. I mean, but then again, like I don't even know if Andy Dalton's going to be the Bears quarterback. I don't know what our situation is going to be. So I think the Bears are like a third place team in the NFC North next season.
Justin Fields balls out.
Unless they just put Justin Fields in, which I'm all in for that. And QB1 Andy Dalton.
Darius Butler's on board with you. He thinks Justin Fields should start week 1.
Tell Darius I'm a big fan of that. But yeah, that was crazy. I didn't see us really taking a quarterback before the draft started because I knew if we traded up we were going to, but I was just like fucking pace. They don't even care anymore. They're not going to. But good for us. They traded up twice to get Justin Fields and then Tevin Jenkins, who I'm a big fan of, out of Oklahoma State, to tackle. And then like they immediately cut Charles Leno after that. So Tevin Jenkins is going to be our starting, I think, right tackle, which is going to be nice. So I'm excited, man. It's like there's that. Me and my buddy Ryan, who comes on my podcast from time to time, we do some gambling stuff. Not great gambling stuff, but it's picks. We're both big Bears fans, and he told me, he was like, "This is the most excited I've been since like we signed Khalil Mack." And I don't know. I'm sure you guys remember that from Twitter. Every Bears fan just being like, "We're so fucking back. We're gonna win the fucking Super Bowl. We got Khalil Mack." And
we're friends with diehard Raiders fan, so we saw that.
Oh, one of my best friends is a fucking diehard Raiders fan as well. And by he's like a diehard. He loves the Raiders, but he's not like super like into football, so he doesn't know everybody's name. He knows all the main guys and the stuff. Like he just likes the Raiders. So we'll like talk about the teams, and sometimes we're like, "Okay, yeah, who?" But it's like, it's just raid. Just raid.
Yeah. They got some good players, but no, it's like, I'm like, if Aaron Rodgers out of the division, it's wide open. Anything can fucking happen.
There's analysts already saying if Rodgers leaves the division, Justin Fields is already the best quarterback. And I'm like, okay, I think he's good, but like, should we slow the roll a little bit? I mean, Jared Goff's played in a Super Bowl. Fucking what's his name up in Minnesota? Kirk Cousins. Kirky boy. He does kind of suck, but like he gets shit on a lot more than he probably should.
Yeah. I'm a Michigan State fan and I fucking hate him. So that tells you.
Listen, he's being overpaid in Minnesota, but you can't blame the guy for taking that contract if they offered it to him.
No, fuck yeah.
It was just like it's the what do you call it? His record in primetime. He's won like one primetime game, of course, against the fucking Bears is when he won it this last season.
Lost me a lot of money.
It's of course. Oh yeah, me too. I think I lost $100 on that game. Fucking ridiculous.
I definitely bet against him.
How do you not? It's just like, come on. But I think it's that fact. It's like, because everybody, Sundays are I don't want to say they're different for everybody. You know, most people, not everybody has red zone, but everybody's watching their specific team. So if the Vikings are playing at noon, who really cares besides Vikings fans? But of course, it's when everybody's actually watching Thursday night, Monday night, whatever, that he just shits the bed. And it's just, is the routine different? Like, what's he doing? It's just is it a mental thing? Like, I don't know. If Rodgers leaves, which honestly I don't think he's going to, I think there's going to be some sappy post about how much he loves Green Bay, and they're going to figure it out.
I think he's leaving for sure.
Yada yada yada. Honestly, I hope you're right, Tone. I really
I do too.
We just want him to be happy. We're just thinking about him, okay? Speaking of Rodgers, though, did you see him at the Kentucky Derby? Didn't he look fucked up? Didn't he look weird? Like, he looks really, really skinny and I want to say sickly almost, but I don't know what's going on. Or I don't. Pardon my take. They were like, "Oh, he's doing a hunger strike to get out of Green Bay."
well, you know what I think probably happened. So I remember when he first. I think it was the first. Maybe it wasn't. I don't think it was Pat, but maybe it was on Pat. But maybe it was on Pat. But he was talking about how when he was with Danica Patrick, she made him eat super healthy. Mm-hmm. She's a super healthy person. And then I'm gonna guess when they broke up, he fucking just went off the rails and just fucking ate everything, Pop-Tarts and fucking off the rails. It's a lifestyle.
Stay off the rails.
We should. I notice it. I do notice that in other people's podcasts they say off the rails a lot.
I definitely say that when my shit gets crazy. You're like, this one got off the rails really quick.
And then but then he's with that fucking actress lady, and I can't think of it. Shailene
Woodley. There's rumors that she's pregnant now. So I saw something on Twitter where it was somebody zoomed in and she's holding their stomach like a pregnant lady would, and they're like, "Look at this! This is why they're being so. This is why they're rushing into the marriage." What? I don't care about that. I just thought the dude looked kind of weird, and he was wearing that fucking derby hat, which his fucking ass made jokes about. Get it, derby hat, and he was wearing the name tag that said Turd Ferguson. You guys can really tell I'm a Bears fan by the honest time the fucking ranting about this guy. But actually, a funny story. So this girl I went to high school with, she lives in the Louisville area, and she works on this farm, or it's a farm to table place, and a couple days before the Derby, Rodgers, Shailene Woodley, and then Miles Teller and his girlfriend, I guess, came to wherever she works. So she it was a picture of her face on her Snap story, and it's oh my God, it was so crazy to see these celebrities in person, how just normal they are. Shailene Woodley and Miles Teller were so cool. That football guy was cool too, I guess.
Jesus
and
Christ.
That just made me laugh so hard. It's the football guy, one of the best quarterbacks to ever play.
Jesus.
But shout out to her. That I definitely got a kick out of that.
Shout out to Miles Teller. Fucking.
No, that was funny. Did you see I'm sure you saw the picture. It was Rodgers, I think it was Bakhtiari, AJ Hawk, Randall Cobb, and then Miles Teller's just on the end. I'm I love how he's just inserted in this Packers crew now.
Well, they were in that Divergent movie together, right?
Yeah, it's got to be him and Shailene Woodley are really, really good friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually do really like Miles Teller. I think he's a great actor.
I think Whiplash is a really good movie.
Oh, that was a great movie. I remember that.
Legit good movie. Mm-hmm. What's that other one? Not Gone, Baby Gone, I think. Baby Driver, whatever the fuck he was in. That one I was okay, whatever. But
Baby Driver, I think, was Ansel Elgort. He was in something else though.
War Dogs. War Dogs.
War Dogs. He was in War Dogs.
No, but it's fun. It is funny though, because it's I bet you because she's kind of a little off. A little bit too. She got arrested at a fucking Mount Rushmore protest or some shit like that, or on some Indian burial ground thing.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking
Iowa.
So I'm she's a little bit a lot of holistic stuff going on. So I'm maybe he's
oh, you want to talk about holistic? He got out of that with fucking Danica Patrick and all of her crystals.
Yeah, but maybe not. But what I'm saying is maybe he's back into a different form now.
He's got a type. He's got a type.
Dude, I think so. Or he definitely seems like the dude that's and this is just us shitting on Rodgers for sure, but he definitely seems like the dude that's he seems from hearing him on Pat, he seems like he's pretty go with the flow, but he's just
he seems honestly he's probably a really fucking cool dude. Honestly, a really cool hangout dude you love to chill or hang out
for sure. He does, but then he also seems like he's just kind of I don't care. He's like, oh, you want to eat like hummus
Yeah.
all day? That's
Yeah.
what we'll do. Cool, yeah, no problem.
Whatever, man. You know?
And you're like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, you're a football player. You got to be
I don't
eating
know.
some other shit.
Listen, Aaron, if you want to go host Jeopardy, be my guest. Actually, you're pretty good at it, and you know the NFC North wouldn't hate you for that.
For sure, dude. No, I think if I would love if he just left.
That would be so weird, though. Can you imagine if he just like up and left football? Like he was, because he is the type. Like when you think about it, he is the type of player that I can see just being like, you know what, I'm done with this. You know,
well, and he's old, and he's older than most people realize.
Right, but he's like still.
He's so good, so that's
talk
why.
About how fucking good he is and how talented he is, because he literally is like the Bears' fucking daddy, dude. He owns us so bad. I mean, you're a Lions fan too, so you know.
Fucking, at least you guys didn't get beat by fucking some bullshit ass Hail Marys.
Oh my god, yeah, that's what I was gonna bring up. It's like, but it's, you know what he does like with those Hail Marys? It's always like he should have been down like 5 seconds before he even got that ball off. He somehow escapes, and it's just like, and it's fucking. I remember. I think it was in the playoffs. I think they were playing Arizona or somebody, and I was texting my buddies. I go, Hail Mary this next play. And it was. I go, holy fuck. Like, I don't get a lot of things right, Tone. I don't know. You're very familiar with that, but I was like, oh, shit. But, yeah, anyway, long story short, Aaron, just want you to be happy, man. If you don't want to be in Green Bay anymore, you move on. You go to Denver. You go to San Francisco, or it's just Jeopardy's just open arms waiting for it.
Well, now it's coming out that I guess that Shaylee Woodley lady has a house here in Colorado. So I mean, makes sense.
That's like the Broncos are so weird because it's like, okay, you now have Teddy Bridgewater on your roster. Like you're kind of committed to Drew Lock, but are you really?
I met Drew Lock in an airport.
Oh
yeah, when he got drafted, he looked like he was high. By the way, just. I don't know if
he just got drafted. Go ahead and celebrate, man.
Yeah, it was the most random thing. It was back when who was the fucking person they had before? Trevor Siemian? No.
They did have Trevor Siemian, Northwestern football legend Trevor Siemian. Paxton Lynch.
No, it was who was like their starter the year Drew Lock came in as a rookie. Like it was like a solidified starter. I can't remember. No, Flacco did come over, but maybe it was Flacco. I don't know. But I saw him in the airport. I was like, I dropped my daughter off to take her flight, and then I like came down through the Denver airport, and this dude was just in all Missouri gear, and like he definitely looked like an athletic dude. So I was like, okay, whatever, man. And we were the only two in the fucking area, and he was like, hey, I had a coffee in my hand. He's like, hey, where'd you get that coffee at? I'm trying to find it, and the fucking airport's just constantly getting worked on. So I was like, oh, you go up there, whatever, blah blah blah. And he was like, oh, thanks, man. I was like, you look like you play some sports or something like that. And he had like because he had all Missouri, and it was like player issue Missouri shit. So I was like, definitely like something. And he was like, oh yeah, he's like, I just got drafted by the Broncos. I was like, oh cool, man. And he was like, yeah, he's like, I play quarterback. And I was like, oh fuck, you're Drew Lock. Okay, yeah. I'd never seen a picture. I'd never seen a picture of his face. So I was like, I just knew they drafted him. I was like, yeah, fuck.
It's actually funny. Sense. So the episode I just dropped of the Brew Party, I did an NFL draft recap with my friends Sam Cardona and then Jordan Gerard Coupes. They both do podcasts about football and stuff. And we were talking about Drew Lock, and I asked them if they thought the Broncos should have drafted a quarterback because, they kind of, they took Patrick Surtain, who I had as my best cornerback in the draft. I think he's really good, going to be really good. And yeah. I think that pick just comes down to Vic Fangio being Vic Fangio and wanting the best defensive player on the board. Mm-hmm. But I know a lot of Broncos fans are like, how the fuck do we not take Justin Fields? And I was like, do you think they should have taken a quarterback? Like, what do you guys think about Drew Lock? And my friend Sam, she's just like, yeah, I don't really like him. And I go, oh, so you're not a Young Jeezy fan? Because that's the only video I know of Drew Lock is him on the sideline. And she goes, no, that's the only video I like of him. And I go, I mean, yeah, that's probably the only like highlight there is of him to like. Yeah, he hasn't done anything else of record, but I don't know. Denver is weird. Not weird, but like their situation they are in right now. It's like Elway's not the GM anymore, so you're not just going to draft a 6'6" guy with the biggest hands. It's just they just kind of got to decide. But there's so many teams like that in the NFL where it's just like you got to pick a direction, and you just got to go with it. So I mean, I don't think Drew Lock is like terrible, but like it just hasn't done much to impress me. But
it's the draft choices that get real interesting, right? Too, because like we're Lions fans, right? So like I felt like last year going into the draft, I was like, this is the make or break here for Stafford. And so, like, we had the 3 pick, which is super weird. I wanted Chase Young so fucking bad, but obviously he went right before us. And then, like, looking back, you're like, we probably should have just drafted fucking Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
I mean,
honestly,
he went 6th. I mean, it wouldn't have been that much of a reach. I mean,
no, I mean, he was.
If we had pulled the Rodgers move last year, if the Packers move, we would have been in a good situation.
Right. I mean, Herbert. You make the argument he was the best rookie quarterback last year. He threw for the most yards, broke records. He looked great. If only his O-line knew how to block for him and not drop into pass protection when he's trying to run a QB sneak.
Dude.
But I mean, Anthony Lynn's gone, so they don't have to worry about those questions.
Yeah, he's in Detroit.
Oh, fuck.
He's the offensive coordinator for Detroit.
Oh, fuck. I did not realize that. I did not know that at all. And I'm not trying to throw shade on Anthony Lynn. I actually didn't hate the hire. I thought he just had like a really, really bad year last year. I think that just not a lot of things working for him in Los Angeles. So hopefully with a fresh start as your guys' OC.
Well, I'm interested to see what we'll do with Dan Campbell. He's definitely he definitely seems like a smash mouth kind of guy. But
Dan Terra.
But the crazy thing is, it was like I was just thinking about how draft picks could change the entire landscape of the NFL when you look at them. And I guess maybe because I'm like, I guess we're all old enough now where we've seen drafts where we're like, man, looking back realistically, that could have been the pick. Like, I was just talking to somebody the other day about the 49ers picking Trey Lance or whatever, and I was like, you know what would be so weird is that if you think about it, and maybe he didn't have the same career, maybe he doesn't end up having the same career, but if the 49ers ended up drafting Aaron Rodgers instead of Alex Smith, like, you potentially don't have, like, the Kaepernick thing, which I think was necessary for just the world in general to, like, have, like, you know, somebody talk about social injustice and shit. And then just he was good. And then on top of that, like, Alex Smith maybe doesn't. Maybe does Alex Smith go to the Packers and then he becomes Aaron Rodgers? How big is like a change of like?
Then what happens with Patty Mahomes, right?
Yeah,
because Smith, does he end up in KC? That is a big what if. I actually saw something I thought was funny. If we go back to Aaron Rodgers for a second, where it's like he should request a trade to the 49ers, and as soon as they acquire him, retire and be like, "This is a big fuck you for passing me in the draft, however long ago."
That would have been hilarious.
Yeah,
like, well, it's just crazy because you're like, yeah, those things, like, and even in free agency, like the other big one I think about all the time is, and I've talked about it to Jems on here before, but like Drew Brees going to the Saints instead of not passing his physical with the Dolphins, and then they signed Dante Culpepper. If he goes to the Dolphins and he has the run that he had in New Orleans, does Nick Saban go back to fucking Alabama? And then, you know, what's that situation look like? You know, like, so all those guys that came out of Alabama, are they still at the same level they're at now? Like, probably not.
Bro, I got a couple things here. So I heard the craziest Saints stat I've ever heard today. You know, it's been 50 years since the Saints have selected a quarterback in the first or second round in the draft.
How many years?
50. So it had like since like 1970 is like the last time. Which when you say 1970, I never want to think that's 50 years ago.
It is.
It doesn't sound like that, but it's legit been that long. And then
who was it? Archie Manning?
It had to be, right? It has to be.
I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah.
That's wild though.
And then like the whole Alabama thing, like they're 4 receivers that all came in the same recruiting class.
Yeah.
Were Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Jalen Waddle, and Devonta Smith. Like that just doesn't happen.
All first round talent.
All like, and I've got a few friends that actually went to school at Bama, so of course they are just the biggest fucking Bama homers like of all time. Which I mean, it's hard not to blame them if you're rooting for a team like that. And I asked them, I go, so who'd you take out of the 4? And the consensus was like originally it was Ruggs, but it's hard not to take Devonta Smith now.
I don't know. I like Jerry Jeudy, to be honest with you.
Okay. I don't hate him either. I think they're all like
he's got incredible footwork.
Dude, it's like pick your poison though. Like for real.
Well, the crazy thing is like I saw a picture today that like it was like Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Mac Jones all were
on the same cornerback room. So guys, we're right. We have to be right. round 1, pick 2, the 1971 NFL draft was Archie Manning. Like, he was definitely the last quarterback that the Saints have taken in the first 2 rounds. That's insane.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
they just got Ian Book in the 4th round. That's another undersized guy that they're probably going to fucking turn into a Hall of Famer. The next
He's going to be the next Hall of Famer down there.
Yeah.
dude,
And
it's
then,
fucking nuts.
Hall of Fame quarterbacks, the Packers, if Rodgers is gone, so that's fucking, they go from Brett Favre to him, 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks in a row. Can you imagine the pressure on Jordan Love? Just like, you better be fucking good.
Yeah.
I bet he's good. I
don't know.
If he's not, the quarterback they draft next year will be.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I can't imagine the Packers without a great quarterback.
I just can't imagine being a Packers fan right now, just like, because they're so used to being good and being fucking cocky assholes and just being fucking Packers fans.
Tanner.
And now it's like what side do you take? Do you take the side of the front office or do you take the Rodgers side here? I don't know.
Well, they're such bullshit fans anyway. Like they took the Brett Favre side when it was fucking Rodgers. So
just wait for him to come out and say, "Oh, I think Aaron's making this a little bit too much about himself." Brett.
Dude, Brett Favre would probably do it. He says some weird shit. To be honest with you, like so,
Favre
like,
might be the next quarterback for the Packers.
Brett Favre's coming out of retirement. Just fucking
shoulder feels fine.
Fucking jerseys are completely made out of copper fit. You're just like fucking.
Brings in Jerry Rice to be his receiver.
It's just all compression. It's just his jersey is just completely skin tight.
Everything's copper fit. That'd be fucking hilarious.
That's great.
No, yeah, it's wild. That makes me want to drink. To be honest with you, thinking of Brett Favre in a fucking skin tight outfit. Well, Andy, we've had you on here for a while, so let's knock out this 5-round alcohol draft real quick, and then we can all go drink.
Okay, perfect. Well, I've already started that, so
yeah. You're going to bed?
No. I've already started the drinking part. So that's okay. Hopefully that helps me in this draft.
No.
So is this just liquor or is this all alcohol?
We'll go all alcohol, so you can go beer, alcohol, or even mixed drinks. We'll just
is it beer
wine.
As a whole or a specific beer?
You have to go specific beer.
Yeah, definitely a specific beer.
Well, I mean, if you just took beer, pretty much that just takes away a lot of
everything. That makes sense. True. So Andy, we do obviously 5 rounds, picks 1 through 3, and then we serpentine draft it. I know it's called a snake draft. I don't give a fuck. Which pick would you like? Because we always let our guests pick. Where do they want to pick? 1, 2, or 3?
2.
Okay, sounds good. Jems, where would you like?
3rd's fine.
Yeah, of course. You'd like taking 3rd. That's our favorite spot. I'll go first. Okay. Just because I want to get it off the board because I haven't been able to have one in forever because I'm on a fucking diet. And I'm taking Guinness. What's the first fucking pick?
Ooh.
I want one so bad, right?
I gotta go with my brand here. I gotta take Busch Light. That is my. If it ain't broke, it don't fix it. A lot of people give me shit. It's like, oh, you drink Busch Light. It's fucking easy. It's like fucking $14 for 30 beers. Like, get off my dick, okay?
You and Brian from Champaign, which is where you're from.
Brian from Champaign. Brian, hit me up. Even though he's a Michigan fan, I'm not.
I know. He's a huge Busch guy, Busch Light guy.
Yeah. It's just. If seriously, if you guys ever come to Illinois, like, you'll be surprised how much Busch Light you see. And I know it's huge in Iowa as well.
I'll be there Tuesday.
Going
to a White Sox game.
Oh, that's right. You're going to a White Sox game. That's right. I was like, why the fuck are you going? All right, so 2 beers. This is a beer, liquor, and wine draft, and we're starting 2 beers. It's going hot.
I'm going to take Captain Morgan, probably, I guess.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Not bad.
There's a billion beers out there. I can be pretty happy with my beer of choice, so.
That's not bad. Now, what are you going to wrap that with?
I guess just straight up whiskey, Jack Daniels.
And Jems is going for the black. That kind of nice. That is how Jems drinks, though. So it's all or nothing for Jems.
Pretty much what it is.
I love it.
All right, Andy, back to you, man, for round 2.
Busch Light, Fireball. Give me shit about it again. Fuck, I don't care. Fuck Fireball. I know what I like.
You just basically sound like a college party or a high school party. Probably it was probably high school.
Well, 25, still living in my glory years. I don't know about you guys. Somebody
I'm
else
just talking about my.
Yeah, you're. All right, so I get the wrap here. So I'm gonna do a malt beverage, and I don't care if you guys allow it or not, but I'm just gonna pretend that it still exists, and I'm going for the original recipe for Loco.
Oh, that was, you know what? That was in my head because that's college for me. Is fucking Four Locos. It's like, can we get through 1.5 for 2 Four Locos? How hard are you gonna black out tonight?
Right.
And
then I'm
caffeine in them still.
I think that's what I think the new ones don't have caffeine in them. I think that's what makes them.
What is it new now? Like I feel like they changed it like 13 years ago or something.
Well, I'm old school, so I don't even look at Four Loko.
Last time I drank a Four Loko probably would have been like 6 years ago, like five years ago. Like
I was waiting for you to be like, last time I drank a Four Loko was when I was 6.
Like
and I
6
was
years
like,
old.
I was like,
that one
Start 'em early.
Started early. I'm gonna go classy here a little bit. Not really, but fucking. I love a good margarita, and I put Patron in my margarita, so I'm going Patron.
It's on my list. Is it back to me or
yeah? And Andy's like, I'm gonna go with my favorite wine, Skinny Girl Merlot.
Skinny Girl, yep.
Boone Farm.
Fucking Franzia, actually. Slap the bag.
Straight out the box.
No, I'm gonna go another liquor. I'm taking Tito's. Nothing
That's a good
beats
one.
Fucking Tito's. You can Sierra Mist, lemonade, or Sprite, what have you. Like, there's so many options. Or a nice screwdriver. I can fuck with a nice little screwdriver. I'm taking Tito's.
You know what? That's a good pick. That's a solid pick. You know what I fucking really wanted the other day for some reason? I wanted a fucking tequila sunrise.
Okay, yeah, those
I
aren't
don't
bad.
know fucking why, but like I just like would because I don't have any of the shit to make it. Well, I have tequila, but like that's about it. But, like,
It's fun going out in Colorado.
Huh?
You just take tequila outside then.
Yeah, just be like, here you go. No, I don't know why I fucking wanted one, but I was like, dude, it took me back to this time I was. Do you guys either of you ever have to travel for work?
No,
Not really. No.
Okay, so one of my jobs, I used to work in the wine business, in the liquor business, and they fucking sent me out to this fucking thing, and we had to for some reason we had to stay in the hotel, but they gave us 60 fucking drink tickets, and I just the only thing that was drinkable on the fucking it was god awful bar. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Only thing drinkable on it was fucking the tequila sunrise. I had 40 of them. It was fucked up.
40 tequila sunrises.
Yeah, I was just fucking just make 3 of them. I was just slamming fucking tickets down.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
I forgot what it was, but they fucked something up, and we had to stay in the hotel that night. And I was but they were like, "But we got you drink tickets," and we were like, "All right, fuck it, let's go."
I guess. Hell yeah. Gotta be in here. Might not remember it.
Yeah, right.
I guess it's my pick.
Yeah.
I will take Rumplemints.
Oh,
I love mouthwash.
do you think Tanner would throw up? Is that because he can't have anything mint or he throws up?
Probably. It's basically mouthwash, but you swallow it and you're drunk.
He literally on one of our other podcasts, who shows it anyway, on the food one, said that he has to brush his teeth with Kid toothpaste because he can't do mint.
Yeah.
Bubblegum toothpaste.
Yeah. No, I think he said it was vanilla ice cream flavor.
Yeah, I think that's right.
What Jems, you got the wrap here?
Yeah, I'm gonna take hams.
Hams? Oh,
get that ham shit out of here.
Hams.
My cheap beer of choice.
Dude, didn't you say your grandpa got that shit by the pallet full or some shit?
Yeah, he would get a dolly full every Thursday or every other Thursday. He'd just back up there, and then it was crossed into the Michigan border, and they were nearly expired cases, so he would get a 30 rack for $7.
That's insane.
And then Jems would have high school parties and drink them all, and then have to replace them.
Well, I guess indirectly, because I think my dad would get beer from him, and then that beer would be in our fridge, and then it would come to me. So I guess that's about right.
At least it's economical, I mean.
Yeah. Dad, I'll replace it, and then probably about 30% of the time I got replaced, if that.
My next pick, I'm gonna go with another whiskey. I'm gonna go JMO. Just because when I'm really like, if I'm going out to the bar, if I'm really trying to get fucked up, JMO and Sprite all night. Like I just drink that like it's nothing. So yeah, that is one of my go-tos. It's nice whiskey Sprite. So I'll go Jameson here.
I love Jameson. Jameson's great. Jameson is pretty dope. All right, I'm gonna go a very like bougie, I guess, right now. Let's go bougie. I'm gonna go with a champagne called Armand de Bergerac. It's called the Ace of Spades. That's what I'm going with.
Ace of Spades.
Dang it, that was on my big board.
I know it was. Big time. And then what do I want to finish with? Okay, so I got Guinness. So this is the round where we recap everybody's picks. I have Guinness, Original Four Loko, Patron, Ace of Spades. What am I missing? What do I feel like I'm missing?
You have all fancy stuff. I mean, Four Loko is pretty fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
High class.
Super high class. Damn, I feel like I'm like I have 2-ish beers, I guess. Four Loko kind of falls into malt beverage. Yeah, fuck. I feel bad for not picking like something like really generic, but also
MD 2020.
Yeah, something like that. Dude, that was like the first thing I got real drunk off of.
Mad Dog.
Shit. In honor of my co-host, he works at a steel mill. I'm gonna go with Steel Reserve. That's my 5th pick.
Oh no. Oh, okay.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's really bad.
You got plenty with your last pick, at least.
That was my Mr. Irrelevant pick.
I actually, one of my best friends from growing up lives in Milwaukee, works at Miller Coors, and so he gets like 50% off, like whatever he wants from there. And when him and his buddies are like fucking with each other, they get Pineapple Steel Reserve, and I
didn't even know I made Pineapple Steel Reserve.
Yeah, you're lucky you didn't know that.
That's
but it's fucking disgusting. My last pick. Shit. I'm going Bud Light Lime. This is another one you could fucking make fun of me for, but there is nothing like sitting on your porch on a fucking warm day, you know, when it's like spring, about to be summer, it's getting up there 70, 80 degrees. You fucking crack a Bud Light Lime, you can drink like 50 of those on a nice hot day. That is my list.
So Andy's list to go through it. Busch Light, Fireball, Tito's, JMO, and Bud Light Lime.
Love it. Solid list. You can tell I'm fucking 25 years old.
Hey, but you guess what, though? You know what? You also, if you are a single male, would have at least something in your refrigerator that ladies would drink when they came over.
I know what girls like. I know what girls need.
That's right. Crushing it. You're also gonna get Brian's vote for the Busch Light alone.
Love it. Brian from Champaign, fellow Champagniacs.
So with my Mr. Irrelevant pick, I will take Line & Kugel's Summer Shandy.
Oh, great pick.
Good pick. I'm gonna. By the way, these things mean absolutely dog shit nothing. No. but like at like 3:00 in the morning, I'm gonna wake up to take a piss and be like, "Fuck! I should have took insert anything you can think of."
I forgot this shit. How the fuck?
Yeah. When you said Miller Coors, the first thing I thought of was like, "Fuck! I forgot St. Archer," because I like St. Archer.
St. Archer is good. Speaking of Milwaukee, and Spotted Cow is really fucking good. If you ever had that.
Was that fucking Tanner was telling me about that?
It was either Tanner or me. Those are the only two I could think of that would know about Spotted Cow in that group. Well, maybe Marco, but I don't know what Marco knows.
Marco smokes weed, so all of it. No, so yeah, not too bad. Andy, thank you for coming on, man. I want everyone.
This was so fun.
Yeah, no, we appreciate you. I like I said, I really enjoy the podcast.
We got to get you guys on. We got to get you guys on the brew party. We'll set that up here in it whenever this is over.
Yeah, you can get a 2-for-1 package deal, or you can get us separately. So either way, you can make.
We can do both of them.
So, But we're like a bad running back combo in fantasy football. I don't know which one of us is the handcuff. But,
We're handcuffing each other. Yeah.
but yeah, so
Tone, but I had to take Jems too. Package deal. Ugh.
I think I'm the handcuff.
I got character issues.
You know, it's okay though. He's got character issues. We don't know if he's gonna have to miss any games. You know, Jim's gonna get a lot of touches in that case.
Although, you know, it's funny. I never thought of it until just a second, and this is the last little tidbit I'll do before we do your everywhere everyone can find you. I'm surprised more teams like the Dolphins didn't go draft like a fucking left-handed quarterback if they're gonna roll with Tua, because he's left-handed. You should have a handcuff for your left-handed quarterback.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, they're like, I saw Dan Orlovsky today was like put the Dolphins on the list of teams that should be interested in Aaron Rodgers. Like, are they ever going to commit to Tua Tagovailoa? Like, is he going to get his shot?
I mean, to be fair, the list that teams that should be interested in Aaron Rodgers is like 30 teams. Everybody but the Bucks.
Well, and the Chiefs probably.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Would
true.
the Chargers be interested in Aaron Rodgers?
That's actually a good list. Like, what teams wouldn't be interested? So the Bucks, the Chiefs, the Bills. You got to think of are probably pretty into Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I think Baltimore is pretty into Lamar Jackson and that system.
Think how creative they could be with Aaron Rodgers and Lamar Jackson.
Fucking 2-quarterback system. Just go.
Who else? I feel like LA with Matt Stafford, just because they just made a move for him. I know that's probably a fresh wound for you. I shouldn't bring that up, guys.
No, we're happy about it.
I really like Matthew Stafford. I want him to go somewhere to win, and I wanted the Lions to get more first-round draft picks. Get the fuck up. But this year, good.
I do wonder about like somebody like Herbert though. I mean, like, can Herbert do anything that Rodgers can't do? Can Rodgers do anything Herbert can't do if they have a similar line? You know,
right?
So it's like,
so yeah, that's the question. Like, if you're a team like the Chargers or Miami, do you trade for a guy like that? I'm not saying this is going to happen. Like, it's such a long shot, and then you just hope that you don't piss off Herbert and Tagovailoa and be like, okay, it's your time in like 2 years.
I think you could do. I think you could do that to Tua. I don't know you could do that to Herbert because Herbert had such a good year. Tua was still like, are you better than Ryan Fitzpatrick? I don't know.
But yeah, I'd say at least 25 teams would have to make a call.
Yeah.
Just be like, what is the base offer here? Like,
I mean, speaking of Ryan Fitzpatrick, how the Washington football team isn't like, we'll give you anything you want.
Yeah, absolutely. They were another team I saw ESPN was putting as a potential destination for him. I want him to go, like, and I think like it could happen, but I don't know. At the same time, like the cynical part of me is just like, no, dude, it's going to be another year of him fucking throwing dick bombs to Devontae Adams.
Watch him hold out. He'll hold out all the way to like week 1, and it'll just be like Jordan Love will be like taking all the reps, and everyone will be like, "Oh, he's so terrible," and then Aaron Rodgers will be like, "I'm coming back."
I'm gonna be curious to see, honestly, like if he does leave, like how good is Devontae Adams without Aaron Rodgers? Because I'm in the camp. I think Devontae Adams is really good, but it really helps that he's got our top 3 quarterback throwing him the ball. But
for sure. Well, Andy, that's the kind of analysis that we enjoy on the show, and we enjoyed having you. Tell everybody where they can find you on Twitter, Instagram, podcast, anything you want to plug.
Beautiful. Yeah. So once again, I want to thank you guys so much for having me on. Yeah. This was such a great time. Again, I want to apologize for being a little bit late, but
no, you're good.
We're gonna get you guys on the Brew Party. This was so fun. So yeah, the Brew Party podcast. If you like my analysis, some of the stuff I talked about, it's usually what I talk about on my podcast: football, basketball, baseball, kind of what's going on. I'm a Bears fan, like I said. I'm from Illinois, so that's a lot of my content. Well, not a lot, but I like to highlight. I like to highlight what's going on in sports, and it's usually so. I give out gambling picks that are terrible. I interview somebody each week, and then you have a little bit of me kind of throwing in my own flair. I always say grab a beverage, join the party. It doesn't have to be a beer. Whatever you want. But yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at The Brew Party, on Facebook at The Brew Party Podcast. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/The Brew Party. If all of that's too much, just go to www.thebrewparty.com. It has all of my episodes with links somewhere to listen, or you can just listen right on that website. It also has links to all my social media. But yeah, it's just, I started this podcast, like a year and 2 or 3 months ago, like before the pandemic started. I wanted to give my thoughts, just on sports. A few years ago, I started a blog, the same name, called the Brew Party. Brew is my dog's name. When my friends and I were like 19, 20, and like first, starting to go out, because in Champaign, actually, the legal age to go to the bars on campus, like at the University of Illinois, is 19. And like a big thing here is like when you come home from your first summer of college, we like sublease apartments from students at the U of I. So we came home, and that's what we did with like 3 of my best friends. So we just went like fucking insane. At the end of that summer, I got a dog. My girlfriend was like, we should name him Brew, because my friends and I would yell Brew, and somebody would yell ha 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 back at each other, like Brew ha ha. Gotcha. Really fucking stupid. And like,
at least it has a story,
One night we're sitting in my apartment, my dog's there, and my buddies are there, and we're drinking, and somebody's like, I guess you could consider it a brew party. And I was like, oh fuck, it just stuck. And I always wanted to, like get into sports writing, and then so I started this blog. Started writing about sports, but I was really bad, like not bad at the writing part, but the consistency, like keeping up. Yeah. And I always loved podcasting, and thought like maybe I could do that. And actually one time I was just drunk. I went to see Bobby Lee, another comedian, live. He was in Schaumburg with 2 of my best friends, and I got drunk enough. I was like, I'm ordering podcast equipment. We're doing it. I'm fucking starting this shit. And because I just felt like a podcast was a lot easier for me to convey my thoughts rather than me having to like sit down and try to write and think about what I'm going to write about. So yeah, the Brew Party, Mondays or Wednesdays, usually it's once a week. During football season, we do Maloney's Money Line with my friend Ryan Maloney. We give out gambling picks. So 16 total picks, an over and under, a favorite, an underdog, and then like 3 general picks. So yeah, it's a lot of fun stuff. It's just fucking off. Talking about sports, drinking beer, having a good time. We've talked to musicians. We've my friend Nick Bizzadi. We talked to a guy that was on Naked and Afraid in The Amazing Race, Alex Menard. Nice. That was a super fun time. Like I mentioned earlier, Robbie Fox from Barstool. Mm-hmm. A lot of different people, podcasters, writers, whatever you have it. If you've got an interesting story, come to the Brew Party and we'll talk about it. Professional basketball players, coaches, GMs. Mike LaTulip, he played basketball at Illinois and Wright State. He is the head coach of House of Pain for the basketball tournament. That was really cool to learn about. And Jordan Caroline, he plays professional basketball, played in Nevada in the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. Michael Finke played at basketball at Illinois. I'm just really name dropping here. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. Every week, check me out. Wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Pandora, all that stuff. The Brew Party. God damn it. I'm wearing the shirt right here. So seriously, thank you so much for having me. Super excited for more collabs, and we'll talk soon about it, getting you guys on the Brew Party.
Definitely, for sure. So if you like this podcast, you'll love the Brew Party.
It's the same shit. We're just shooting the shit, talking about sports, having a good time. I try not to take myself too seriously because I'm just a normal dude in the middle of Illinois. Having a beer.
That's what we are too. Just not in Illinois.
Just in Denver and then wherever else, Colorado and wherever else. But but yeah, thanks so much for having me. Check out the Brew Party, wherever you get your podcasts, and keep listening to Off the Rails. Love what you guys are doing over here.
Oh yeah, thanks, man. Jems, any parting shots?
Thank you.
Thank you. Go get your Yerman fucking Bombs shirt.
You're mean. I just traded for him on MLB The Show, so thank you for that.
Well, we have a T-shirt for you.
Yeah. It's a dope shirt. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy your day, and we'll see you guys next time.